Hello everybody and welcome to the 2022 Formula 1 season and the Monaco Grand Prix race. Alongside me for the first time this season is Jamie Davies. He did the qualifying yesterday, so well done to Jamie for doing that. It was a great qualifying, but I'm hoping, even though the race normally isn't that great, we are going to see some, and we have got some rain. It says start procedures suspended on the race control, so I'll have to maybe keep an eye on that because I hope it doesn't start under the safety car. But Jamie, welcome to the race stream. Because we haven't actually been on together this season, before we start the actual Monaco Grand Prix stuff, what's your take on the season so far?
It's been okay. I don't think it's been that exciting, sadly. I think, new regulations and all that. The racing's been better in terms of the cars are still behind and all that whenever they go down the straight. But I just think when you look at the results, it's between two drivers, isn't it? Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen. And it's very obvious how straight away Perez and Sainz are the secondary drivers. Hamilton and Mercedes, they're starting to pick themselves up, but I think it's too late for them to even fight for a championship. I just can't see Ferrari and Red Bull not winning races up until the end of the season. So I don't. Look. It's still a lot of races to go, but I just think sadly at the moment it's simply between Leclerc and Verstappen. But I'll say this now: if Verstappen wins this race, then I think we've got a one-horse race because Verstappen shouldn't have any right of winning this. Not with the way Ferrari have been in terms of pace. And let's be honest: if you get qualifying, you've nearly done most of the job. In terms of pole position. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, formation lap to start in about 9 minutes. So we're having to wait. But come on, do the race.
We got.
I don't.
We got a lot of time to talk.
We got 20 years ago. You'd have a hurricane and you'd still do the race.
Yeah.
Now all it takes is a bit of spit, and then it's just like, okay, we can't race. Why?
I mean, the one thing that I suppose we could talk about for 9 minutes, Jamie, and I know you'll be happy about it, is Sergio Perez ahead of Max Verstappen in this grid.
Yeah, that was. Well, I must admit, Connor was mentioning in the live chat page, he put in capital letters Perez, and I thought maybe, just maybe, because he would probably be ahead of me watching the race, the qualifying, I thought maybe Perez has pipped Leclerc to pole. And I was getting ready to celebrate, but then I realised, no, he spun the car and he's gone into the back.
Perez can't do everything right.
No, I think I know what he tried to do. I think Perez was probably told by Horner, just you got to go for it. You got to take. Our car's not faster than the Ferrari unless you take risks.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened where it just went over the top.
But he has been looking really good this weekend, though. To be fair, and in qualifying, he looked like he could have had the pace. So he looks faster than his teammate Max Verstappen this weekend, and that we haven't really said that at all so far this year. So
he should have won Spain, really.
Yeah.
Perez.
Yeah.
Which would have been nice, but. That's just the way it is when you're second.
Yeah.
But
I know Connor's put in there saying he's watching the Grand Prix. Good luck to Forest today. They're on today, aren't they? So
yeah, I'm rooting for them. I'm with you, Connor, all the way. I hope they get up because it'd be nice to see Forest in the Premier League. It's been over 20 years.
Yeah, I'd rather see him over Huddersfield. Huddersfield have had their moment.
They've had their moment. Yeah. Patrick Stewart and all that. I bet Patrick Stewart. He says he's a fan. He only turns up for the playoff finals. I might be wrong, but I'm just going to get the F1 website up to try and listen into the team radios if I get the chance. So,
I mean, obviously, disappointment for Wrexham as well yesterday. I watched that. I almost pulled my eyes out.
What a game!
That. Yeah, oh God.
What a game, though. God. I mean, it was amazing. You know what? We had a great day of football yesterday in terms of that rugby score match, and then the Champions League final was a good game to watch. I really enjoyed it, even though Liverpool did lose, but I quite enjoyed it. Don't know about Liverpool fans. They'll be crying back to Liverpool right now. They've got a bus parade this afternoon for God knows what. I'm rather happy.
I can tell.
I'm just happy. And I've got the week off, so it's a great
win-win.
Win-win.
While we're waiting then for the formation lap, I'll just go through the running order from yesterday. So obviously, as we've said, Charles Leclerc is on pole position. Obviously, had pole position last year, but wasn't able to compete in the race.
Yeah.
So luckily for this year,
he
is able to do so. Yeah. His teammate Carlos Sainz is in second place. Good result really for Ferrari overall to have a 1-2 at start this race. Sergio Perez, as we've said, is ahead of Max Verstappen in the running order for qualifying today. Lando Norris, after his sort of tonsillitis and is feeling unwell during the Spanish Grand Prix, obviously did a great job to get points last weekend. He's in the top 5. George Russell is 6th. Fernando Alonso had a bit of an incident as well on that last lap. A lot of talk was on Sergio Perez, but Alonso sort of had an issue crashing into the barrier as well. He finishes in 7th, or he starts in this race at 7th. Lewis Hamilton 8th, Sebastian Vettel 9th, and Jamie, before I keep going, that is a hell of a World Championship, 7th, 8th and 9th there with Alonso, Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel all together.
I know.
Sitting there.
I mean, the Monaco being one of the races that everyone wants to win. I know that's probably not going to happen for them three this weekend, but I think if I had the control, I would not even put the feed on for the main race. I'd put the feed on for the onboard cameras of those 3 cars.
Absolutely.
Just see. I think it'd be very entertaining.
Absolutely. Alonso's teammate Esteban Ocon is starting 10th. Yuki Tsunoda is 11th. Valtteri Bottas, highest Alfa Romeo, but I think they'll be a little bit disappointed with where they are this weekend. He starts 12th. Magnussen is 13th. Daniel Ricciardo, again, disappointing qualifying, 14th. Mick Schumacher, 15th. Alex Albon is in 16th place. Pierre Gasly, 17th. Lance Stroll finishes in 18th, or starts, obviously, the race in 18th. Nicholas Latifi, 19th. And Zhou Guanyu in 20th. And as I've been reading through them, it's come up as a delayed start, and I have absolutely no idea why, Jamie. It's a bit of a spit of rain, and they've decided
it's not even. I mean, it must be raining because there's umbrellas still out, but over the drivers where they're sitting in the cockpit. But
I mean, all the mechanics are just standing there though, with no coats or anything. They're just.
But this is the thing of F1 that I don't like anymore. The safety kills, I'm afraid. I know we need safety in F1, of course, but there's a lot of racing series where the safety is always going to be there, but at the end of the day, you got to let them out and do their thing. It's like a mother bird. It has to let that baby bird go out at some point. It's going to have to take on its own risks. Why can't we just do this here?
Well,
the
one thing I don't understand is obviously me and Connor had that 4-hour Belgium Grand Prix last year.
For no reason.
For no reason. However, they did try and start that race in a monsoon. And then they decided to delay this one, and there's a bit of spitting of rain. I
monsoon in Belgium.
I don't quite get that so far.
Well, there's a great picture on AlphaTauri's Twitter account. There's a picture of Pierre Gasly looking to the heavens like this, like, hey, smiling. and the caption is, it's starting to rain a bit, and someone's pretty happy about it. That's if we get any racing in the rain, Pierre. We don't know. Mercedes pit wall have said to George Russell, we think this is the worst the rain will be, and it will stop very soon. I mean, when I checked, okay, it's the weather app on my phone, so it can't always be that reliable. But this morning when I checked it, it said in Monaco that the rain would actually start at 4 o'clock. But now when I look at it, it's saying sun over clouds, and then it's just clouds throughout the rest of the afternoon. So no hint of rain, actually, up until 10 o'clock tonight, which is 30% chance. So, yeah, maybe we've seen enough of the rain, and maybe, they're taking the... Well, I thought they were going to take the covers off the tyres of that Ferrari, but...
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I've noticed, Jamie, and I don't know if you think so, but so far this year, and I think this weekend's actually been a prime example of it, is that they're very overcautious. I mean, they red flagged a couple of times yesterday, and they didn't need to. For no reason.
No, mate. Well, I still don't know why they did, because I know Yuki Tsunoda's wheel had pretty much, it was a massive hole, wasn't it? But that to me was like, well, he only just go to the pits.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a red flag.
Yeah.
They seem to do it the wrong time. I mean, we've said it before about the final race of last season. That should have been a red flag after the Tiffy crash.
Yeah.
I love that statue. Is that meant to be Mark Webber or whenever they go into the pool after they win the race. I can't remember.
Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo did it, and Mark Webber did it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Ray and Christian Horner did a bet where he had to just wear Superman costume or something like that. And he jumped in. I think he was naked. He only had a flag round him or something like that. That was a long time ago. That's when Red Bull weren't that good.
I've just seen Lewis Hamilton out of the car with actually his crash helmet off as well.
Yeah, actually, it's really coming down, actually. So formation will start at 3:15 local time behind safety car. I just think it's too cautious, and I think that's what defeats the point of F1. It is dangerous. That's how it should always be. I mean, we do our MotoGP watch-alongs here on Let's Talk Sport, and they're completely vulnerable on a bike.
Absolutely.
We saw it in the last race a couple of weeks ago in MotoGP, where Miguel Oliveira went off his bike, but he stayed on the track while the bike was in the gravel trap. And he had to just sit there while two bikes dodged him. And it's like, my God, in a split of a second, he could have been killed. It's mad. And it's MotoGP would have done this in the rain, no problem. There just seems to be a big difference at the moment.
Yeah.
But my thoughts on F1 at the moment in terms of I don't like the way they approach some races where I didn't watch Miami. I refused to watch it, so I didn't watch it. Didn't agree with it. I don't like the way F1's going in terms of we've got to go where the money is. So let's have it here in Vegas. Let's have it in Miami. Let's have it at all these big cities that F1 knows. And it's like, if it's not racing, is it? It's just to get the rich people to come over and promote the sport. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. It's just a weekend getaway for them. And you see Martin Brundle do the grid walk in Miami. They didn't give a shit. The Williams sisters didn't. They don't know what they're seeing. They don't watch it. They don't follow it. Then Martin Brundle thinks Patrick Mahomes is a basketball player. Goes up to him and then it's like, just gets his name wrong. But it's like, well, no offense to Americans, but you'll never love our sport, our European stuff. F1's a European thing. Football in this area is a European thing. They may do it in America, but it's just not the same. They just love their own sports too much. And I'd rather just not market in America.
Yeah.
Have one race in America. That's fine, of course. Why not? Keep the Circuit of the Americas. But it's just when they announced Vegas, I was a bit like, it's just where the money is, sadly. I want to see more racetracks. Monaco has a certain acceptance because it's been with us ever since it started. And it's always... I love the circuit. I think you do as well. Where when you play on the game, it's just memorable. You know exactly every corner. You just know everything.
Yeah.
The venue's amazing. I personally think the racing is boring, though. It's just the way it is. I'd rather be out there racing myself.
And the problem is that the cars are even wider this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're definitely not.
It's aged terribly.
Yeah.
It's aged terribly, sadly.
Yeah.
I've just got a lot of problems with it, and I just think F1 could get it. Malaysia, bring that back. Great track.
Malaysia one, yeah.
It's MotoGP still does it.
Yeah.
Why can't they go back there? I don't get it. I just think I love F1. Jack knows that. F1 knows that. Who know me? But I'm just concerned with the way it is these days. I just find the racing still a bit dull.
Yeah.
My favorite race this year was Saudi Arabia. I thought that was a great race, but it's a great track. It is a great track.
That's been a decent addition in terms of racing. In terms of actual racing on the racetrack has been a good addition. I know Saudi Arabia obviously gets a bad rap, and it should do for what goes on off track. But for what we actually saw racing wise, that has been one of the better additions. I watched the Miami Grand Prix, and to be honest, if it didn't have that safety car, it would have been boring. But then that means that the track is rubbish, because if you need a safety car, you need something that's not on the actual track to make the racing better. And for me, that's the issue. You're building tracks that aren't that fun.
It's not a racetrack. It's a car park.
Yeah.
It's going around a stadium, isn't it? But it's like Sochi. That was on an Olympic park for the Winter Olympics in 2014. It's not meant to be a racetrack. It's just an event.
Yeah.
Vegas will be the same. It's just an event. Monaco is just an event, but it's an iconic event. That's just my views. I just think F1 needs to get back into its racetracks. I really do. Belgium is quality. There's a great groundskeeper, Willie, banner up at the moment on one of the hotels next to the words of Leclerc Monte Carlo. I wonder who they're supporting. But let's look at this race in terms of, we've got a great occasion today where we could have a Monegasque win a race, which I think ever since Leclerc joined Ferrari, it's been a scenario we've all been waiting for. I think the question was when, and it's the perfect chance for him to do it today. It really is. But I'm also thinking for Connor, we want this race to end at good timing because the Forest game's on at half-4, and I want to watch that.
Yeah. So if we can hurry up and get this started, I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, exactly. So safety car is going to be on extreme wet tyres.
Lovely. Can we at least watch? I mean, the one thing that me and Connor actually enjoyed last year is at least something was happening. Can we have the safety car going around, please? At least so we can watch something happening on the grid at the moment. But I agree in terms of what you said. I mean, I wouldn't have an issue if Monaco stayed. I agree with you that these Sundays aren't normally that interesting, but I don't mind one race a year that's like that. Qualifying for me is always enjoyable. It's probably the best qualifying of the year, so I can deal.
That's why we did it yesterday.
Yeah, I can deal with a rubbish race if qualifying is good. But it's when you have a average qualifying and then the racing isn't that great. So. And like you said, there are so many good racetracks that aren't on the calendar. I think, as you say, Malaysia is a great one. Turkey, I thought when that came back over the pandemic, that brought up some great
and why is that
battles.
not back? Why is that not back? I just don't get it. It's probably there's no money there. I don't know.
But Imola was on the track, and this year that wasn't great. Imola is it's a very tight race. Track. The actual track is quite short, and again, for me, overtaking wise, unless you do it on the start-finish straight at Imola, it is very difficult to get an overtake maneuver done. And for me, that shouldn't have been on, and they should have really replaced that with the likes of Turkey. But yeah, I agree with you in the sense that obviously wherever the financial gains are for Formula One is where they're going racing at the minute. And I can see it from a business point of view, but you are losing some tracks that would make the racing better as well. So.
The one thing I credit the current F1 management with is, I mean, I've not watched it. I've refused to watch them as well, which is Drive to Survive. And in all fairness, that has got people who don't follow F1 to get into it.
Yeah.
My cousin Lee, it's not my cousin actually. It's my cousin's husband. Can I call him a cousin now? Don't know. But if you're watching, hello Lee. But I think he's got into F1, but I think that might have been because of Drive to Survive. But then they went to Spanish Grand Prix last weekend.
All right, well, fair enough.
But then they left when it got too busy, and I was like, what? That's the whole point, you part-time sport fans. But I do think it has got a lot more fans on board.
Yeah.
But I just find Drive to Survive a bit misleading because yes, it is good to watch in terms of it is it's like Dallas with balls. It's that soap opera kind of thing. It was like the snooker in the 80s was known for that. Women loved it because of the drama of Alex Higgins and Steve Davis and stuff like that. There's drama, but and you got Gwenta Steiner in this being the man that everyone loves to watch, and Daniel Ricciardo's moment when he left for Renault and stuff like that. But I just think it's a bit misleading because it's like actually watch the 4 races like me and Jack have for all these years, and we'll tell you, last 10 years of F1 have not been that exciting.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of door races.
Yeah. I think my favourite part of obviously Drive to Survive is when they show push laps during testing. They were showing real radio communications and stuff that was going on and made it sound like a real actual race, whereas actually it's literally just 8 hours of them driving around the track testing their cars. So it is very misleading. But as we're speaking, they are actually doing the formation lap at the moment. They are going around the racetrack very slowly. But yeah, to me, let's just get this racing going. The whole point, a wet race at Monaco is perfect because it will mix up the order. We might see some people lock up going into turn 1. We might see some incidents that take place. Otherwise it is just going to be a parade or an exhibition race where they just follow each other for 70 laps. So let's get this going.
They're just following it now, and I'm just listening to team radio for Lewis Hamilton. If it comes through. Oh. So Lewis Hamilton, actually, it was a message from him to the pit wall. He said, "Everyone cool down, no one get panicky, and let's do this." I quite like how he said it. I do like Lewis Hamilton's little lines now and again. They are quite amusing. So actually, looking at when you go into the tunnel, I said this yesterday. I'm really sad that you've got that wall, because you used to get the view of the sea.
Yeah.
But now they're building around it, from what I was reading last night. So that's a shame.
Yeah. I was thinking that when I saw like building down the bottom there.
Yeah. So they're building around it. I don't know what it's going to be. Probably another David Coulthard hotel branching out.
DC knows where the money is. Good businessman is DC.
He is a good businessman. But all the fans getting up on out of their seats, filming the cars come through. Why not just watch it? Stop filming it. Oh, I hate when there's so many cameras.
They're going back round again. They are going back round again.
I'm just listening to Vettel's team radio.
I'm just trying to... I don't think these are counting for actual laps at the moment. They're literally just adding on to formation laps. So I don't think they're actually counting as lap counts. So there's no lap numbers at the minute that are counting down or counting up to 78. So these are literally... They're just going around at the moment. I don't know if that's going to affect their fuel.
Well, I've just read... Well, Pirelli Motorsport have tweeted... drivers will have to start on the 4 wet now, but this is going to be a totally new experience. With working out the crossover point being key, we might see a switch to intermediates or slicks, or it could be that it's 4 wets all the way to the end. I mean, it is a very wet track, and it's very dark. It's quite dark clouds. It's got the scenes of Olivier Panis 2.0 here.
Yeah, and I think the issue is the issue as well is the fact that the tunnel is bone dry, as it would be. So not only have you got like the full wets on for the actual track, but you have the dry of the tunnel.
See, the tunnel's the best bit of that circuit.
Yeah.
I'd love to walk. I'd love to be where the stewards are in that bit. I'd love to just hear them come through. You'd have to get your earbuds out, definitely. They'd be like, did you see that? What? Did you see that? What? I can't hear you. Yes. No, I don't know. My brother had a holiday in Nice for 1 week once, and he got a train to Monaco, and he walked the track. Obviously, it was normal cars at the time, but he sent me pics, and I thought, man, this is weird. I like it when there's barriers up and there's race cars going around it.
They're going into the... Oh, my God, there's a red flag.
Oh, what? Oh, the rain's got heavier.
Have you seen that bit going past the swimming pool, though? It is like huge downpours, but...
Yeah, there is... Oh, my word. Oh, this is what we want to see. Come on.
Oh, it looks like a river, though.
It does look quite bad. This is why I don't work in safety.
Yeah, you'd be like, let's go.
I'd be too bored. I'd be just sitting there like, oh, come on. People have paid to see.
Oh, there's a great picture there. When it comes through, they're going through the pit lane, and in the Aston Martin garage, there's Eddie Jordan in a pair of white shorts and floral T-shirt.
Is he there?
He's there. Don't worry.
Oh, I love Eddie. Good old Eddie. I've read his book over the last few months, and it's absolutely brilliant. Started out selling cars, and look where it got him. Started from nothing, that man.
Yeah, he's standing on the gantry in a nice white floral shirt with some white shorts on as well.
I'm just waiting. I'm a bit behind of Jack's stream, you see, folks. So Jack will know who wins while I'm still trying to figure it out. In all fairness, Jack could just form me and say, Perez has won, I'd believe, and they'll be like, no, he didn't. Oh, there he is, yeah. Yeah, I love how you noticed him. I didn't notice him.
You can't miss him there in them white shorts.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, does he do stuff on Channel 4 anymore?
I think he's doing coverage for Channel 4 this weekend, being Monaco, but he doesn't normally do it.
Okay. Yeah, it is quite heavy. One of the cameramen, bless him, he's wearing just a normal white shirt and trousers. Yeah, what a mess this is.
Oh, they're all... all the people are going off the stairs. They're all going to cover.
I'd love to know where they're getting their weather coverage from, because they said to the drivers the weather's going to be very light in a few minutes. Yeah, they got that wrong. Wow.
Well, Albon said before the race started that he thought it was going to rain just before the race that started, so they were right. But Martin Brundle was like, "Well, AlphaTauri say that it's not going to rain at all." So I don't know where AlphaTauri were looking.
Oh dear.
But yeah, if you're literally just joining the stream, obviously welcome. If you were expecting the race to actually be going at this moment, it isn't. We are doing almost a spar of last year, with the sense that we went out for a few formation laps under the safety car, and we have had a red flag before the race has even began. So all the drivers are getting out of the car. We haven't had any information yet, but just to give you an idea of the actual conditions on the track, going down the start-finish straight does look like a river flowing down at the moment. So I can understand from this point of view why they have red flagged it. However, when we were actually meant to start racing, I feel like they could have actually got going by now and maybe red flagged it 10 laps into the race. I feel like they could have actually got going, but at this moment in time, no laps have been completed so far. So.
And I'm looking out my window, and it's nice and sunny here.
Well, the picture behind you looks really good, Jamie. I don't know if you're in a different part of Monaco.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, like, we just need the sun to come over there now.
Yes.
I wanted it to disappear so that the race would be exciting, but you can't race in rain anymore.
Now you've got too much rain.
Well, it is a quote from Christian Horner. He says, "It's the right thing to have stopped it. It's too wet to be having a race out there. We definitely needed solvent, a safety car or solvent. As we are in Monaco, it is a bit of a lottery now. We're expecting rain for 10 minutes and then for it to get better. If it does clear, a standing start would be preferable for Red Bull."
Of course, they're not going to want it to go under the safety car because obviously that they're in third and fourth. They want to be able to jump Ferrari.
Go for it. I'll tell you what, Hamilton's helmet looks beautiful this weekend. Kind of light. Well, don't know what colour you'd say. It's between pink and purple.
Yeah. He's got like an emerald jewel or something, isn't he? Is it a special helmet because of a diamond or something? It does look nice, actually, to be fair.
It does. Yeah, I wonder what his mindset is for this season now, really, because, you know, it's been a long time since he's not been in the battle for a world championship.
And George Russell's outperforming him at the moment as well, isn't he?
He is, yeah, especially in qualifying as well. Out-qualified him again yesterday, but you do wonder, you know, where's his mindset for the rest of the season? Is this going to be his final season? We don't know.
Would you want to finish after a career that you've had? Would you want to finish in a season where you are not really doing much, or would you rather wait and see if the season after is better to actually maybe get a few race wins or race for the title and then maybe retire? Would you want to sort of leave in a disappointing season, or?
Of course not. No. I mean, the obvious is to end it at the top, like Sir Alex Ferguson did with the Premier League at United.
I mean, we moaned at Rosberg, but Rosberg did it at the perfect time because he knew he'd never probably win again. So.
I mean, it would have been. I would love to have seen Nico do one season afterwards to at least defend it. You know, you got to defend it at least. See how it goes. The drama would have been good in between both drivers.
Yeah.
The only time Nico beat Hamilton, simple as that. They knew each other since karting, but even then, Lewis Hamilton was faster than him. But yeah, I wonder what life's like now for Nico. I mean, a lot more settling down and probably just doing his podcast, his YouTube channel. I'm sure he does business on the side. I think they all do, really.
He's here for Sky this weekend as well, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he lives in Monaco, doesn't he? I think. So it's just a nice commute for him. One of the Red Bull mechanics is having a nice lolly. Not the kind of thing I'd have during this weather. I'd be more up for a Battenberg. I wonder if their hospitality
nice cup of tea.
You know what? I'd look for a snooker table in this rain. I'd be like, let's have a game of pool or snooker next to the fire. That'd be fun.
I mean, to be fair, there's a picture of obviously all the canopies that are going up over the cars, but Mercedes is one for Hamilton. It's too big that they can't get it over the car, so it's literally behind. It's literally behind the car, so that's not.
Oh yeah,
great.
It is, isn't it? Hey, who's that? That's I forgot his name. That's Carlos Sainz's dad, isn't it? Carlos Sainz. Yeah, good friends with Fernando. But going back to Hamilton, you look at like people who have ended on the top. Nico Rosberg, Drogba at Chelsea in his first spell, literally his last kick of his first spell at Chelsea, he was winning the Champions League. And he came back, which I never understood. I always thought, nah, you ended it on a high, mate. Leave it as that.
He did leave winning the Premier League, though.
He did, yeah, in all fairness. And then you look at like Fergie leaving Man U to get us back at the top after City won it the year before.
Yeah.
It's, you want to do it at the top, but then at the same time, you look at Hamilton, he can say, oh, well, I finished on 7 record-breaking number. But then like Ronnie O'Sullivan just won his 7th World Championship, World Snooker Championship, ahead of, to go level with Stephen Hendry, he could leave it as that. Knowing Ronnie O'Sullivan, he'll probably retire, then come back. The guy picks and chooses what he does. He doesn't just stick to a sport. He says he's got 5 other jobs. I mean, that kind of says it all. The guy never practices.
I mean, to be fair, I think the quote from Fernando Alonso a few weeks ago, I think maybe for the Spanish Grand Prix, where he said, I'd like to welcome Lewis Hamilton to the club now, in the sense of world champions that are struggling in the top 10 and not the podium.
He said, welcome to my level now, or something like that. Yeah, I saw that. That was a good... I've always liked Alonso because he's always honest. He said it in 2012 when Alonso conceded the championship to Vettel. He said it spot on. He said, let's see what Vettel's like out of a Red Bull. And he was right. He didn't win another world championship. So Alonso's a very wise man. He rarely gets his stuff wrong. And you're talking to the most experienced driver on this circuit.
Yeah.
In terms of years of F1, he's been there the longest now out of our current lot.
Yeah.
Up until since Kimi left.
And to be fair, a man that I would probably still have in my racing team.
Oh yeah, easily. He's still got it. I mean, we saw it in Hungary, didn't we, last year between him and Hamilton? He didn't let Hamilton pass him.
Yeah. He
was like, you will get past me, but I'll make you challenge for it.
Yeah, and he got a podium in Qatar last year as well.
That was great.
For Alpine. So, and to be fair, he's been really close to actually getting in terms of the top 2, in qualifying in Australia. That lap was going to be immense and obviously ended up into the wall. I think sort of dislocated his fingers, I think, during the impact. But he has looked on it, this season as well. The car is, I feel, better. It's better than McLaren in certain stages this year as well. It's trying to be as competitive as Mercedes. I think it's been better as well. So Alpine have made improvements this year. Esteban Ocon, has qualified decent as well so far. But I think just Fernando Alonso. 10. If you give Fernando Alonso that car, as we've said, he is still on the level of everybody else, even at the age he is, that can compete. I mean, it's a little bit unfortunate because I'd love to see him in Indy this year as well, but of course that's tonight as well, or in UK time, the Indy 500 is on this evening. Roman Grosjean, I think, is in the top 8. So
not that matters.
No.
Do like 500 laps or whatever.
It is a long race.
It is interesting to watch because a lot of cars do disappear. Indy 500 is never a clean one. But I watched some of the practice a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, and one of them just went off, hit the barrier, and he got stuck, upside down. And when you think about they don't use halos, they have.
They have like windshields, don't they?
Windshield, that's it. Yeah, which looks way cooler.
Yeah.
So they have windshields. And it looks quite claustrophobic, and you're wearing a helmet as well. So he literally just said in the team radio, quite chilled out. He just said, "Yeah, just get me out of here."
Yeah. Well, that for me actually, when you look at IndyCar, it does actually look as a driver a lot easier to see. And I know nobody complains in F1, but when you see them on boards up from like the crash helmet cams, you can't. There's that huge pillar in the middle, isn't there? It's like I don't get it how the drivers don't really. I mean, obviously you've got to look around it, but it is quite a distracting.
This is the thing, because I remember when it first came about, and I still couldn't believe they could see through it. I thought to them it'd be like a little thin line, but maybe to the drivers it is a distraction, but they can still do it. Like, I know it seems daft, but when I go on my moped, I wear my helmet and I have the visor a little bit up, because I don't like to have it fully closed, because if I breathe, it'll cause steam in there, and condensation on the bloody thing. I won't see. But I put it up a little bit, and there is like a line that's in the way. But the moment I get going, it's not a problem. But yeah, there's an insight for you. Actually, I can give you an insight about McLaren in terms of Alonso. So I got a friend of mine who works now and again for McLaren in hospitality, who deals with interviews. And he said to me last night, there's a certain Spaniard that's been talked about. He didn't say who, but I think he's on about Alonso going back to McLaren next season. Because I'm going to put my hands up and say it. I was right about Ricciardo. He can't do it. Great character, great name in the sport, but as I've always said, very overrated driver. He can't do it. He's been to Renault, failure. I mean, I know Renault weren't up there, but he couldn't stick with it. And now he's at McLaren, and Lando Norris is way better than Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
I just think, where will he go next season? Because I honestly can't see him staying at McLaren for another. Sorry, yeah. Oh, Zinedine Zidane's there. Hello. I love it how last night he wore a massive white hoodie and covered himself up, and there he is today, wearing his normal casual gear, and he's happy to not hide from people. I'm surprised he's not hungover. I thought he'd have been drinking with Raul last night after another Champions League win. But yeah, what I was saying is that Ricciardo, you know me, I love him, but I don't think he's great.
Zach Brown's made comments as well, hasn't he, in the last week or so about it, saying we don't know what we're going to do next season, already putting doubt in that mind that, a bit like what you're saying, is that they can't really, give full confirmation that Daniel's going to be their driver next season, because, like you say, he just hasn't performed. I mean, normally you maybe give a driver a season. So obviously Haas this year are going to be putting Mick Schumacher under pressure in regards to Kevin Magnussen coming back and already performing. Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly again. Yuki Tsunoda in his second season again will have that performance. Daniel Ricciardo had a very average season last year, and you expect obviously he's had an insight into how this car gets made, and he's still struggling. So as you say, he is obviously going to be rated this season about his performances. And could Fernando Alonso come back? I mean, for me, that would be a very strange maneuver.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think he should. Yeah, I think his past is done with McLaren. He's been there twice.
Yeah,
I don't. What's no offense to McLaren, but what's the progress between Alpine and McLaren right now? They're two massive teams financially, so I don't know what's the point.
Yeah.
Obviously, money talks, but just stick to his number. Ocon is up there with him, but stick to Alpine. Just see how it goes.
And the problem with that is obviously Fernando Alonso will want to be the main guy, as he should be, but you're building Lando Norris as this, as this guy at McLaren now, as the number one driver. Bringing in Fernando Alonso for me just sort of disrupts.
It's backwards.
Yeah, it disrupts the ideas that are going on. So. As much as obviously one of my favourite drivers in one of my favourite teams would be amazing to have back, I just feel like
is it with Norris. Mercedes, if Hamilton leaves,
I mean,
probably too risky. Too risky, maybe.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say
George
no.
Russell,
I don't think I would.
I mean, I'd love to see it. But yeah, I don't know. I think Red Bull is already sorted for next season already, as well. I think Ferrari are happy. Well, they've already extended the deals, haven't they, with Carlos Sainz? So
yeah,
I think Ferrari and Red Bull will be the same next season. But Mercedes, I don't know. I really could see Hamilton leave, but we'll see. I think the thing with someone like Lewis Hamilton is all it takes is to miss one race and then realise, fuck, I actually quite love doing this. It'd be weird for him because he's been in F1 for nearly 20 years. So for him, it'll be a bit weird not being part of the circuit anymore. And that's what happened with Alonso. He said to him, 2 years reset, and he loved it. As in it was perfect for him, and he got himself back in.
Yeah.
Could Hamilton do the same?
Magnussen's done it.
Yeah, Magnussen's done it, and he's looking great. He's looking happy.
He is.
You
Yeah.
know, that's the main thing. You know, you got to enjoy yourself as well. You may not get the result you always want, but enjoy yourself. You know.
Yeah, and I think obviously coming back in when the car is a lot better than what it has been, you know, when he was last in it, and obviously last year, is obviously a bonus for Kevin Magnussen. But like you said, he's come back with a different attitude. There isn't as much pressure. It's sort of like what will happen, you know, what will be, literally. So it's like he has come back with a different mindset. You know, he has a family now. It's, you know, it isn't just about his performances on the track anymore. It's about everything. So I think, yeah, he has come back and he looks a lot more at ease with how everything goes. But I mean, I'm watching the feed now, and I don't know what you're thinking, but it doesn't actually look that bad now.
No, it's. I mean,
we've heard nothing.
Pirelli tweeted. I mean, this was 11 minutes ago. Looking at the Revo radar, this seems to be a momentary. How do you say it? Momentary, something like that. Momentary shower that's passing over Monaco. This means that we are expecting a restart at some point. Hard to say when exactly, though. 3 hours. Oh, god damn it. So, what else are they saying? Someone's put here, Perez is in the Red Bull garage looking reasonably unimpressed at the moment. In the dry, this was a brilliant opportunity to remind his team how quick he is. In the wet, though, too many variables to say, but the chances of disaster increase I can't pronounce it. Exponentially? Oh, I don't know. I mean, what? That's not the word to use, is it? I feel like they could have used a better word. I think that's a bit harsh on Perez. I don't know why they think that. I mean, he's had wet races. He nearly won one in Malaysia. Let's not forget.
Let's just have a look at some of the comments. I'm just trying to minimise the screen because the poll for who will win the Monaco Grand Prix is still up. However, 138 people have voted, but we haven't even bloody started yet. So thank you, obviously, for voting, and hopefully we'll get a race underway as soon as possible. Somebody has put in the chat, has it already started? No, it is still delayed. We haven't actually had any updates since we did that, which was about, I haven't got my watch on, but I think it was about 2:16 our time. It's now 20 to 3, and we don't actually have any extra updates for you. All the drivers don't have their crash helmets on. They've all sort of looking a bit more relaxed in the pit lane. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a bit more information as it goes along. But yeah, same as you, Jamie. A lot of people have put Hamilton will not be in Formula 1 in 2023. So sort of agreeing with you, to be honest.
Yeah, I just can't. I just think it depends. I mean, I just think you got to remember last season, the way it ended, the way he took that was very. You have to praise him because you can look at it both ways. You either accept it, well done, Max, great to race with you, or the other way around and go, what the fuck?
That may have been
just
me.
Go
to be
angry.
fair.
Yeah. Well, I think we all did, didn't we? You know, I liked the drama of it, but in terms of the rule book or the way it was dealt with, it was terribly dealt with. It was nearly as bad as UEFA's organisation last night. But we won't go there. But it's just the way it is. Mercedes, I think, still disagree about it. They've just got to take it on the chin. I think, yeah, it's just the way it is. But I think that still hurts him.
Yeah.
I think, you know, me and my brother talked about it not long after that race where we both said, if I was Hamilton, I'd have left and gone, screw this system. If that's how it's dealt with, then I'm not racing again. But, you know, he's carried on. He took a break from Instagram and his social media, didn't he, during the winter months? Which, fair enough, take a break. It is a thing these days. People do take a break from social media. And he came back and he looked refreshed. He looked like he'd been on holiday, which is probably the only chance they get, really, when the season's quite long. But, yeah, I don't know, really. I just think that if this season doesn't go well for him, technically that's 2 seasons where he wants to win, doesn't he? He wants to always be world champion. If he's not a winner or a world champion, it's not good enough for him. But that's how plausible his attitude is. He always wants to win.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, great example, always wants to win. You know, he could have easily looked at like Man United and gone, I can't stay here because I ain't going to win. Not with these idiots around me. Fred's probably smiling and go, my G. But anyway.
Hey, I didn't bring it up.
It was either me or you. It was going to come up. But yeah, I think. But I think at the same time, a real champion as well stays for the challenge, even if they don't win it. I mean, look at Alonso. He hasn't won a world championship in 16 years. Could have won a lot more in his career, but sadly, just didn't happen for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Hamilton can leave and then come back. I think he might get inspired by what Alonso did, which is take a year or two out and then come back. That's my thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a very difficult thing because if you've been in the sport, as you say, for how long Lewis Hamilton has, it is a very difficult decision to then leave, especially when you, as he is at the minute, he is still competitive. As we saw last season, you know, he really was still desperate to win another world championship, to win every race. So he still has that hunger to want to do that even as he gets older. So, you know, I feel like it would be a very difficult decision for him to decide to finish next year. But yeah, I think it's definitely possible if he was to that he would come back. But the problem is that so many new drivers are coming in and so many quality drivers. It is very difficult now for a team to give you that spot because does Lewis Hamilton bring financial backing? Probably not. He's not somebody like Latifi where he is literally there for the money more than he is there for his driver skills. So would a team take a driver like that over a driver with money? I mean, it depends.
I mean, it's Hamilton though, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the name.
Yeah, but again, it's costing the team.
The contract is going to I mean, it's like Alonso. I mean, I don't know what Vettel earns these days. I'm sure he's still on 30 million a year or something like that, which for a driver that's not even competing at the top is mad.
Yeah.
But that's what your CV does in F1. That's how it works. That's what world championships mean. Let's be honest. Not only does it put you in the history books, but it also kind of gives you that thing of, I'm going to make more money now. Just the way it is.
Yeah.
Don't know. It's a tricky one. I mean, Vettel's becoming a bloody well speaker these days. He was on Question Time the other week.
To be fair, pretty good as well.
Well, I mean, it's all right for him. He can say it because he's not a politician. Problem is, when you're a politician, you can only say such and such. But Vettel can say whatever he likes. Yeah. Just like you and I, we can say whatever we like because we don't represent a party. But yeah, he was honest where he was saying, wouldn't he? I mean, it's funny seeing this shot of Horner and Verstappen just sitting in the carriage, bored out of their mind. I mean, they really are just wanting to race.
Yeah, the scene of the an overshot of the track. I mean, it is still spitting slightly, but it doesn't actually. You know, it looks like it's brightening up somewhat as well. So the fact that we haven't got any information, the safety car's not going round yet. I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit weird. I feel like it's one of them things now, like you said earlier. Unless it's bone dry, they don't race.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
If this was still going on during the race, what the actual, however the weather condition is now, the race would still be going on. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't have red flagged. They would have red flagged it for when they did, which is absolutely fine. But the conditions it actually is now, they'd probably still be racing. So
there is clouds everywhere, though, isn't there? Like you can't even see the mountains. That's how.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's raining heavily anymore. It's still spitting slightly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing shots that it's still raining, but I'm more thinking about the swimming pool. I just hope it hasn't flooded.
I mean, to be fair, the drivers might as well just go for a dip, to be honest.
Yeah. I wonder if it might be quite humid out there as well, actually. But yeah, a lot of rich people not getting what they paid for, which makes me laugh. But yeah, Vettel spoke well the other day on Question Time. He pretty much said, I love racing, but when I come out of the car, I'm thinking, how much does that hurt the environment? I get what he means. I completely agree with him, but I also think you're not the only one, though. We all have cars, petrol, mobility. That sadly doesn't help this world, and that's why electric cars, for example. Well, I don't think it's the solution. I really can't.
I absolutely agree. I don't think it is.
It's not. It really isn't. Where do you? I mean, they don't last long.
No, they'll do 10 years, and then it'll cost more to replace. So.
I still think there's other ways. I mean, I'm not an expert at all. I'm just speaking from what I've read. But there are, you got solar panels out there now. You've got all sorts of things that we've brought up, like wind farms as well. We are doing our bit. It's just, I don't know. Maybe the existence of humans has to end at some point. You know what I mean? It happened to the dinosaurs. It'll happen to us. And this is Let's Talk Environment.
Because if you're just tuning into the Monaco Grand Prix, Jamie's going on a bit of a run.
But I don't know. I think it's nice to see Vettel, represent that he does care. He's using his platform to speak about it. I mean, he famously wore that T-shirt a few weeks ago at the Miami Grand Prix saying, "Here we are celebrating a race, but then in 50 years' time, people around this area will be living in water," which was quite brave of him. But I agree with him. You've got a platform there, and he's using it. Hamilton's done that recently with some campaigns that he's believed in, and that if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And I, as I said, I agree with Vettel, but I just don't know how do you solve it. It's no different to me going out on my moped or you going to work in a car. It's like we're not helping it at all. How else do you get there? It's don't know. Weird one.
Yeah, it's definitely something to look at. I mean, going back to a more funnier point, Connor was put in the chat a little bit earlier on saying, let's just do a few laps like Belgium and then I can watch Forest play.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
I think Connor will focus on Forest though, whatever happens with this race.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen every day where Forrester are one win away from getting back into the Premier League. So yeah, I hope they do it. I really do.
Yeah.
Vettel looks so rough these days.
I know, really long hair, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got. Well, you can see the baldness coming through though at the top. He's. I think it's coming from the back.
Everyone, all of the drivers, if you notice as they get older, they all have it. I must be due to like the crash helmets or wearing them all the time because all of them start to get it as they get a little bit older.
Well, I used to think that with caps, and then I read that from doctors experts, it's not actually caps. It's fine to wear them, but yet you watch the golf and they all have no hair after wearing caps every weekend.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I think it might do, but at the same time, it's sometimes down to DNA. If you've got family history of being bald, then that's probably it.
Yeah.
But
my favourite thing is Toto is literally just going around all the VIPs and having a great chat. I mean, nothing's going on. He's just like wandering around.
I'd grab a beer,
chatting to people.
I'd just grab a beer and just go, the race can't happen. I just get pissed.
Yeah, it was quite funny actually on the grid walk, to be honest, because Martin Brundle went down to go and see him, and he was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while, Toto. How are you?" And Toto was like, "Well, it's because you're too busy staying at the front of the grid, and we're a bit further back now. we're a bit further down."
Oh, I love it. You gotta love Toto Wolff. He's great. He reminds me of Klopp a little bit, where very successful, but right mindset, but also good sense of humour. I know I'm a United fan, but like I do like Klopp and I do like Pep, and they're great leaders. But what's good about them is they always pinpoint the problems and they solve it.
Yeah.
So you gotta love Toto Wolff. I think he's great. I really like Binotto as well. He's quite a quiet bloke, but he's potentially going to become a constructors champion. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well,
I think the fact that since Binotto's came in, Ferrari have been a lot more open to people just talking with them, because when previously you couldn't get a word in, journalists couldn't speak to them, they wouldn't do interviews, they wouldn't do any promotion, whereas now they're a lot more open, they do more interviews. Binotto himself does a lot more talking on the grid, and it just allows fans to be a bit more get into the team a bit more. Whereas I always felt like it was very much closed doors with Ferrari. Like they wouldn't speak to anybody. So
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think the recruitment of Sainz and Leclerc shocked us all, really. Where that normally wouldn't happen. Normally they would pick up drivers that have been somewhere else.
Yeah.
And have maybe even won a world championship for them to join Ferrari. Where I've always said this, Ferrari to me is like the Real Madrid of F1. They have a very good history of being successful and being, having a lot of money. They have no problems with money financially, let's be honest. And they always get the best drivers when necessary. They've had Alonso, they've had Vettel, they've had Michael Schumacher, Raikkonen. They've had quite a lot of, in the 21st century, they have had quite a lot of world champions in the space of 22 years. But now they've changed it where they want to make their own world champion, if that makes sense, where they've brought in Leclerc with a lot of potential and he could be a world champion this year or next year, who knows?
Yeah.
Oh my word, Eric Boullier.
I know.
Where's he these days? What's he do?
I don't know. I'm surprised he's not underneath the McLaren Technology Centre, because that's where most of the old ones used to go. They used to get into the basement and get locked away.
Well, no, what happened was that he got warned about it. And
left.
What happened is he went in the water, and then when the lot went back into the building, someone gave him a rubber ring, and he knew what to do, and he got out of it. You can still see the marks on his face of seaweed.
I mean, to be fair, Martin Whitmarsh is back on the grid as well for Aston Martin this year.
He is.
He's another one. Yeah.
Another failed McLaren engineer. But you know me about McLaren, I don't have much sympathy after what they did to my man Perez. But this is where we are. But it's quite a view from where they're talking to Red Bull. You can still see the clouds over the mountains. You can't even see them.
So Super GX put in the chat, hopefully we'll get the 10-minute warning very soon. We have actually got the 10-minute signal, so that's going to be shown now. So from this point onwards, we do have 10 minutes for everybody to get back in the car.
Oh, right, okay. I thought that was 10 minutes until the race ends. I was like, no!
Well, we got Mick Schumacher running back to his car. You've got 10 minutes, Mick, don't worry. So not 10 seconds. But yeah, people in the chat that were hoping that we would get this race underway. I'm not putting out much hope because we could get it taken away as we did in Belgium, but we have got the 10-minute warning. It doesn't look like it's raining as much anymore, if at all. So it will literally just be the standing water. So I don't know if the marshals are out there with their hoovers or their mops to mop up the standing water, but yeah, hopefully we can at least get the safety car out to do a few laps, get the cars back out, and get this race underway as we see both Alpine drivers getting their crash helmets on, ready to go. So
I know this is a bit irrelevant, but there was a big moment yesterday in MotoGP. Valentino Rossi's number was retired yesterday at 46. So
wow.
That number, I wonder if we'll ever have that in F1 where a number gets retired, because Valentino Rossi retired 46 yesterday at his home track in Mugello. And funny enough, his team that he owns nearly got podium today. So that would have been a moment, because they're still a development team and they got top 5 this weekend. So a big moment for his team, their young team that he runs. Well, he owns it. I don't think he runs it. But yeah, it was quite a nice moment to see him retire his number yesterday. So that means 46 cannot be used if you become a MotoGP rider and then you pick a number. So I wonder if we'd ever have that in F1.
Maybe
like Lewis Hamilton with 44. Yeah. It's funny, you rarely see it in sport, but it's become a thing recently. Like, was it sadly when Kobe Bryant passed away, I think they retired his jersey number for the right reasons, I think, because he obviously was probably one of the greatest NBA players. I don't know basketball, folks, so I'm just saying from what I read. But and he passed away sadly in a horrible accident. But I don't know. Do you welcome numbers being retired, Jack? I don't know.
I think it's a touchy subject, isn't it? Because I think there are certain points when you think, okay, that makes sense, but obviously there are going to be future drivers, there are going to be future athletes, future competitors that will think that number is very close to them for a reason as well.
Yeah,
I think that it's a nice moment maybe, or a nice touch for clubs or teams or companies to do such a thing. But yeah, I also look in like the long-term future, that say 10 or 20 years time from that point that they've retired that number, somebody is going to be very, like Lewis Hamilton for example loves the number 44, and if they were to retire that number, okay, that makes sense. But if there's somebody in 20 years time that again it has that number very close to them, they then have to pick a different one. I don't quite.
Yeah, but I do think if I was an upcoming driver, and I don't think I'd even touch 44, because people will remember whose number it actually is, even if it's not retired.
Yeah,
I'd feel a little bit like, do I deserve that number? I'm not a world champion. Maybe if I won a world championship, I can use it. You know what I mean? It's like you're going up for a number that's standard was ridiculously high. It is a touchy subject. You're right there. I don't know really. I don't know what to think. I always worried like if you retire so many numbers, there will be none left.
Yeah, true.
You'll have to go into the hundreds. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, who else's number? I mean, Jude Bellingham's number was retired at Birmingham, and it's like, what? He was only there 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Oh, so funny. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they retired. I think it's 16 or whatever. So the moment he joined Dortmund, his number got retired. I mean,
wow.
What a prospect he is in football. But yeah,
that's weird though.
You've got a big week, haven't you? As a Wales fan.
Yeah.
You got your playoff final a week today.
Yeah.
In Cardiff. It's going to be on free-to-air TV as well.
Is it?
Yeah, ITV are going to show it.
Good.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, hopefully. Big game.
Yeah, I want.
It would have been nice for Bale to get a few minutes and score a goal against Liverpool last night to get him in the mood, but hopefully he can do it anyway.
Well, I'm hoping Wales win, because I'd like to see Wales at the World Cup. Because also, selfishly, I'm thinking about my birthday being on the same day as Wales versus England if Wales qualify, so that'll be brilliant.
What, Wales win in that game as well?
Get out. You never know. World Cup in November, that's going to be so weird.
It is. I can't get around that.
And that's why the F1 season's ending. It ends on the weekend before the World Cup starts. The Snooker UK Championship's on a lot earlier this year to avoid it at the same time as the World Cup. So there's a lot of sports out there that are trying to not be on at the same time as the World Cup, which I get it, but I don't think you should move for it. That's FIFA's decision, not yours. But anyway.
I'm just trying to see, because obviously they've put a note on here as well to say race will resume at 4:05 local time behind the safety car. But I don't know if
test it out, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know if that means that they are gonna do the full race start behind it, or whether they will change it to standing start. So we might have to keep an eye on it as they go around, maybe a 2 formation laps or a couple of formation laps to find out. Or
yeah.
But that is, welcome everybody. If you've been here for the full hour already, then fair dues. If you stuck with us for an hour, but if you are literally just joining us, we have been literally just sitting here talking for an hour about different things. The race actually hasn't started.
What we talked about in the pub.
Yeah, basically pub talk for an hour before the race has actually got underway. We're hoping in the next 5 minutes or so, or the next few minutes or so, that the race will resume, or at least we might get another formation lap to see what the racetrack is like, and then hopefully we can get the race underway. But I'm not sure, will they reduce the lap count now?
No, I don't think they will, but if they go around with the safety car to start the race, then that will count towards the laps. That's why I'm assuming. I might be wrong, but I Quite like some of the
someone's
helmets
honking the
we've got this
horn there.
weekend.
That's really getting on my nerves. I have to take the ear out. Someone in the pit lane
What
is
is that?
honking a horn.
Oh, I thought like outside your door or
No,
something.
somebody. If somebody else is watching the coverage and joining us at the same time, somebody's really honking a horn there. It's really getting on my nerves.
Quite like Leclerc's helmet, with the Monaco flag on it, pretty much. And then Perez's very black and grey helmet for this weekend, which is quite cool.
I mean, did you see Valtteri Bottas gave his that gift to Lewis Hamilton of his picture of him with him naked in the river?
Yeah.
Did you see that? That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I saw it on Instagram. It was really funny. Yeah, Hamilton seemed quite pleased, as in, like, his face was smiling, but inside he's thinking, I don't want this.
My favourite bit was like Hamilton was like, I'm going to go there next year, take the same picture and send it to you. That was funny.
Yeah, the love was there definitely between. Looks like one of the F1 camera crew is making sure the camera on board with Leclerc's car is working. He's just giving it a wipe down, I've just noticed. Yeah, they're contracted, all the F1 teams, so they actually get paid for putting the cameras on. So that's why we get that exclusivity, you could say, of these certain angles that they have on those cars. That's what it used to be like. I'd imagine it's still the same. But team radio for Ricardo, probably something like "Get your butt into gear." Let me see what they're saying on the live text. I'm just listening to Ricardo's radio.
Well, while you're doing that, Martin Brundle has noted that the timer has started. So normally you get a 2-hour time limit. That has started now. So they're about 1:55. So it might be the case that we may get a few laps less than we would normally have, but they have started the 2-hour timer, so that might be something to keep an eye on.
Does that mean it's 2 hours from now?
Yeah, so I think it will be dependent on if
say.
the clock stops or the lap time counts. They might have to reduce the laps if we get to that 2-hour time limit, or...
Yeah, I was going to say, because they can't really do that until they've... Yeah, I mean... The 2 hours is complete active racing, isn't it? It's not like this where they've just gone, well, they haven't done anything, so they can't start it.
Yeah, but the cars are out.
Finally.
Okay. Thank God for that. Let's hope they don't. Connor's put Belgium vibes, and I am still feeling that, Connor, so I'm a little bit worried that they're going to go out and come straight back in again, so let's maybe keep the hope up so much. But it isn't raining at the minute, so it's like, well, surely... It is just a standing water now. We've got to get it going.
Got to get it going. I mean, the track will still be wet, so that'll make it quite exciting. Why is the guy walking past the cars again with the 15-minute board? No more bloody 15 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't actually look that bad now.
No, I mean, it's lighter on the clouds as well. So that might be a hint that we might not get the rain again. Yippee! We're back. Could have done my crosswords.
No, to be fair.
Not that I do crosswords, I'm shit.
Could have done a Sudoku.
I've never done that. I've heard it's quite fun. No,
it is quite satisfying. It is satisfying once you get it done.
Is it? Okay. My sister was obsessed with it at one point. She had a book of Sudoku and it had Carol Vorderman on the front cover.
Oh, that is brilliant. There's Valtteri Bottas in the last 20 minutes has put a picture up, but he's put a picture of the cars going round in the wet, but he's got a picture of his bare ass on photoshopped in it. That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
I always love the Photoshop edits of Bottas, looking at the interview and then looking behind.
Oh, Latifi's crashed into the wall.
Oh, for God's sake! I knew. Why is it always him?
Classic Nicholas. I think he's reversing back out.
Has he delayed it again?
Oh, that was in the tight chicane. Ooh, that's an Aston Martin touching the wall as well. Who was that? Lance Stroll. I mean, it's either Stroll or Latifi, isn't it? To be fair.
I mean, Latifi, oh, you fool. Yeah, Lance Stroll, the other, is the Aston Martin driver, from what I'm reading.
So the race is actually underway.
Yeah, no, I thought, they did say it'd start with safety cars, so. Yeah, I've just seen Latifi now. Oh, God. Oh, how did he screw that up? It wasn't even in a fast bit.
So Stroll got a puncher from that as well. So Lance Stroll's in the pits. I'm guessing Latifi's coming as well because he'll need a front wing change.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just seen that. Oh, wow.
Okay, so there's a rolling start. So the safety car is coming in on this lap.
Good.
But it will be a rolling start, not a standing start.
Let's be honest, only 4 drivers are going to finish today.
Which 4, though?
Well, yeah. Are we talking, Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, Albon, and Stroll today as your top 4?
Guan Yu Zhou, first win.
Who knows? Yeah, everyone will be buying Alfa Romeos after that.
So yeah, if people are watching, we have actually got underway. We have started under the safety car. The FIA have announced that it will be a rolling start. So the safety car is actually coming in this lap. The lights have gone out on the safety car, so Charles Leclerc will be starting it, but it will be a rolling start because we are already on lap 2 of 77. So
yeah, they've just changing the front wing of the Tifi. So they literally have to put a new nose on it. Oh, God, they're going so slow. I know it's safety car, but.
All right, let's see. I will see what happens here on this rolling start, Jamie. We are coming around the final couple of corners. Charles Leclerc still holding the pack up. He looks like he has gone on to the final turn. Everything looks okay so far. We'll have a look on this first turn 1. Anyone misses the braking? Okay for Leclerc, Sainz. Okay, all 4 of the front 4 all look okay. So does Norris behind. Nobody, I don't think, has gone off going into the turn 1 so far. Gasly's gone into the pits. I'm not sure what's happened with Pierre Gasly either. But interestingly enough as well, because I haven't took an eye on that, actually, both Red Bulls are on intermediates, whereas the 2 Ferraris are on wet.
Yeah. Huh.
Ooh, goodness me. That was Latifi and Stroll again back in the pits, and they almost collided again in the pit lane.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Nicholas, what are you doing? I mean, this has got a Perez win written all over it. No, Jensen Button. He's going to win. It's wet.
Gorgeous.
There's a Jensen Button somewhere on the track, surely. Let me just listen to Alonso's team radio. Yeah, he said there's absolutely no grip. Poor Alonso. You know it's bad when he says that.
Mm.
I mean, they're going to be so slow on those corners.
It is very slow. Leclerc is going really slow through this lap.
I've just seen the Latifi moment. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, Stroll, they must have given the green light for Stroll, but that was very close.
Yeah, that's Aston Martin's fault there.
Yeah.
If they had collided, should have been more aware, really. And, it's a tight pit area, so they should know when they see a car.
So the gap between Leclerc and Sainz at the minute is about 2.2 seconds, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter at this point because they're all going relatively slowly. That it isn't making much difference at this time.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not going as fast as they normally would around the circuit. That's the deadliest thing about this track. sometimes if you slip on certain tracks, you've got the gap, but you've got barriers right next to you. There's a Mexican flag there. I hear you.
I mean, everyone, like you said a minute ago, everyone's got a chance of winning this race at the minute.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think they've actually changed that graphic, actually, so that it might be that all of the cars were on wets, and that's why Latifi, Stroll, and Gasly came into the pits to change to inters. So actually, the Red Bulls are on wets. The graphic was
I was
wrong.
going to say, because they're saying that on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Gasly's also on, and that makes sense because he went in the pits as well.
Yeah.
I love how Leclerc's got fastest lap. It's probably the slowest lap in history at Monaco.
The guy with the milk trolley went faster this morning, going around the circuit.
Oh, what's it? I mean that tight turn there. It's that looks quite dry actually. The tunnel looks dry. Just glad there's been no leakage.
Ooh, that was a snap of oversteer from Pierre Gasly on them intermediate tyres. He's literally the test driver for every other team at the moment, but I think everyone else will be a bit hesitant to change with that real snap of oversteer there.
Oh, I'll tell you what, the Haas behind the Alfa Romeo is too close behind, I think. Very, very close. Ooh. I've got the team raging from the Tifi. What's he saying? I think they've told the Tifi that when he exited the pits, the white line could be slippery. But he also said that, Gasly has also changed to intermediates, so that could be a sign that they're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm watching the replays now of Gasly in slow motion where, you can tell they're not warmed up yet, those tyres. Mick Schumacher's in the pits. 17th at the moment.
I mean, to be fair, I was going to say, Zhou Guan Yu's made 4 places, but it's only because everybody else is pitted around him. I was going to say, he's done well.
Yeah, there's tyre 4. So Mick Schumacher being told to go to tyre 4. Yeah. God, imagine Max Verstappen viewed pretty decent, right behind Perez. Verstappen, fastest lap now.
Daniel Ricciardo's just been told that the drivers behind him have changed for inters, but they're not as fast as the wets at the minute, so it's not a great idea to jump to that, as it looked like Verstappen had a snap of oversteer himself then trying to get on the power. So it's still difficult to get that grip at the moment, even with the wet compound of tyres.
Alonso, Hamilton, Vettel still 7th, 8th and 9th. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see if there is going to be any battles between them lot.
Well, I don't want to ruin your day, Jamie, but Ocon's just overtaken Vettel.
Oh, yep, French bastard.
He's gone.
Oh, Vettel. Leclerc's got fastest lap again. 1:39.6.
Albon actually does look very close to Daniel Ricciardo at the minute, so it may be that the inters are starting to kick in.
I've just seen green flag. What was that for? I know that's for track clearance, but...
I think the marshal was just bored, so he thought he'd wave the yellow and then wave the green again.
Yeah, no, he picked up the wrong flag and went, oh, shit, sorry.
Wrong one.
Oh, shit, red. Oh! That's the one call I don't want to see again.
Yeah, please not.
But maybe the Ferrari winning, we'll see.
Oh,
Come on, Perez. Come on, lad.
Vettel's coming in the pits, so this should be a set of intermediates, but... Oh, Tsunoda's coming in as well.
Yeah, they're all changing, aren't they? It's funny, isn't it? When one starts a trend, they all follow it.
Yeah. Yeah, they are a set of intermediates for Vettel. Can't see Tsunoda's, but I'm guessing it would be exactly the same.
Oh, well, Gasly's just got fastest lap. So that's interesting.
Right, so
And
it
he's
might
changed,
be time.
hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lando Norris team radio. What are they saying? No more rain for. Yeah, so Lando Norris being told no more rain for at least 30 more minutes.
I love when all the team weather reports are all different. So one team will say it's not going to rain, the other one says it's only for 30 minutes, then somebody will say it's only 5 minutes.
Well, I'm going to check my weather out.
Oh,
and tell
okay, you let us know what Let's Talk Sport weather update is.
Let's Talk Weather. New channel coming soon. So I've just got clouds up until, pretty much all night.
Oh, right.
And the rain's gone back to midnight now at 30%.
Okay. So if you were coming on the team radio, you'd tell your driver it's just cloud.
Yeah. Just clouds. And they'll look at me and go, well, duh, I can see it. I love it when they do say that. It's like, can you give me the future of the weather? I'm like, I don't know. You'll find out.
There's a bit of sun. There might be a bit of rain.
I mean, it's like, we need Carol from BBC Breakfast. Oh wait, she's not on it anymore. Is she leaving or something like that?
Might be.
I can't get up that early to watch it. But I love it how I looked at the weather for like tonight in Monaco, and I'm thinking, Jamie, it's not Monaco 24. No, that would be a watch long, 24 hours.
Whoa, I think Mick Schumacher just touched the barrier there.
Oh, I just saw Sainz lose a bit of grip. But because of that's got Charles Leclerc's 3 seconds ahead. The man's on a mission.
They're sliding about.
Tires. Yeah, Sainz can't control it. I tell you what, he's inviting Max. Sorry, no, Perez. What am I saying? Perez is way better.
Invite Perez.
It was intermediate tyres for Vettel, Tsunoda, and they could all well be on for an undercut here. Watch out for the likes of Ocon and Hamilton to see if they respond, I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm just going to see. I'm tempted to see who out of the top 4 pits first. I mean, it would be Max, you would think, because he's the bottom of the 4, and get him on them first. But nobody, we're going on to lap 9, and none of the top 4 are making a change as of yet.
Oh, Sainz again. He's got no grip. They do need to change tyres. He's 3.5 seconds behind now. He was 3 seconds just a moment ago.
Mm. Oh, George Russell just went straight off.
Oh.
That was after the tunnel, the chicane after the tunnel. Tried to catch up to Norris and just went straight over the line. So.
Oh, there's that Mexican flag again. It's over that little balcony at the final 2 turns. I was going to say, the only way I see Leclerc losing this race is the pits. I can't see...
Yeah.
Leclerc's been so good this weekend that I was thinking that before we went live, that I just can't see only himself or his team can stop him. Mm-hmm. I can't see how else he'd lose.
Sid's Artistry has just commented saying, "Hi, I'm watching you from India." Oh, welcome.
Oh, hello.
Welcome.
Blimey, it must be nearly midnight there.
I was just going to say.
Actually, I was going to say, you're not watching the Indian Premier League final? That's happening today in the cricket.
No, our commentary is much more interesting watching the Monaco Grand Prix, Jamie. Come on.
Biggest T20 match in cricket, that.
But welcome. Somebody, I think it was Ada, is it Ada? I want to get the name, sorry if I'm not, but I know you were coming from Turkey as well. So, let us know in the group chat where you're watching the stream from today. But, nobody's made any pit stops as of yet since the top 14 are still on wets at the moment. Stroll's the only one at the bottom that has put a new set of wets on, not intermediate. Gasly in 15th, Vettel, Mick Schumacher, Yuki Tsunoda and Latifi are all the only ones so far that have changed to intermediates. I don't know who's got fastest lap, actually. It's disappeared off the screen. So
It has, yeah.
I'm not sure who has that at the moment.
It might have been a late entry from the last lap, maybe. That does happen.
Gap to Leclerc and Sainz 4.7 seconds now, so it's very much that the Perez and Verstappen are closing in on Sainz more than the other way around. So
I keep seeing when you see the wet symbol next to each driver, I keep thinking it's the Williams logo. Blue W.
hey, extra promotion.
Oh, Mexican flag shown again.
Oh, I think Latifi decided to go off the track again. There was a yellow flag.
Oh, for God's sake. I mean, if that man's in F1 for another season, good God. You can really see the lights beaming.
The money flowing.
It's probably full of money in his car. Probably hasn't even got an engine. He's probably got some sort of slave just doing the work for him. That's the rich life, people.
He's got his own. He's got his own Alfred.
Yeah.
Been doing all the peddling.
Michael Caine's in there. After he used to try and escape the police in Italy, how he's fallen. I love that film. I can watch that film every
Great
time.
film. Pierre Gasly.
It's just when the is it when they're pretending to be England football fans in the VW or whatever, and they all look really unhappy because even though England. Oh,
someone's gone. Alex Albon's gone off into turn 1.
Oh, yeah. Because I was going to say, there's normally a gap, isn't there? There's an exit point there.
Yeah, he's gone down the slip road. He's gone to 16th place, so he's dropped 3 places for that.
Yeah, that quote off the Italian Job. Well, don't look at me, you miserable bastards. We won, didn't we? Oh.
Yeah, they're mentioning it. They're mentioning it in commentary, Jamie. I mean, Ocon is 14 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Ocon's creating his own train. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I just don't know how you close gaps on people when they're all behind each other around a street circuit.
Oh, Zhou's gone.
Oh dear.
Zhou's gone way off.
Is the intermediates actually working? I don't know. I mean, Albon's on wet, so when that happened to him.
Oh, yeah, Guan Yu Zhou went off the track, hasn't given the place to Pierre Gasly. He might be on the radio to give that place because he just went straight off. Pierre Gasly's really close to Zhou Guan Yu right now anyway. Gasly is the one on the intermediates. Zhou's still on the wet tyres, but could we see an overtake here at Monaco? No way. No, we didn't.
We've been waiting 30 years. No, sorry, ever since the first ever race.
I was hyping up then. I thought there was a possible overtake, but no, it got shut the door immediately.
How do you win a race on F1 Manager when that comes out in Monaco?
I don't know.
So if you don't get P1, the motivation would be, so we're not going to win, but just have a nice Sunday drive.
Oh my God, Jamie. Gasly has made an overtake manoeuvre on Zhou.
What?
My Lord. What a move. There's actually been an overtaking manoeuvre done at Monaco.
You've seen it here first, kids.
Yeah. You've seen it on this stream first. My word. Well done, Pierre. Thank God for that.
That'll be the only overtake of today. But it's better than nothing. Oh.
Yeah, Leclerc is the one with the fastest.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, I've just seen that overtake. Oh, that was tight.
Ooh. Gasly trying to make a manoeuvre on Daniel Ricciardo as well. The intermediates for Gasly are really coming into play now. It's looking much better for him on that intermediate.
Yeah. And he was one of the first ones to do it.
Yeah, they might be looking at this now in terms of the other teams to decide who they're going to change next for the set of intermediates. But
I love it how Nadal's playing in the French Open right now. I thought the guy would have been hungover from last night.
yeah, he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah. But of course, with it all being in Paris, it's simple taxi ride there.
Oh, these cars are really close. Oh, Perez wants to go to Inters, Jamie.
Yes, good man.
Let the man do it. What the man wants, the team should give.
Yeah, after last weekend.
Yeah. Well, Gasly's very close to Daniel Ricciardo here out of the tunnel. Good defending by Ricciardo there to stop Gasly, but he's so close. He's just like, if he had lights, he'd be flashing them right now. Oh, he's going to make a maneuver there. Oh, my Lord, there's another overtake by Gasly. Gasly is literally the only driver right now doing anything. Fair dues. Give him that Red Bull seat.
Yeah. Oh no. I love it how though, like Gasly's doing Olivier Panis and he's French.
Yeah. I mean, it's an
It's
omen.
all happening.
I mean, to be fair, we'll just ignore the fact that Ricciardo had no grip, but and he literally just let him by. But good manoeuvre by Pierre Gasly up to 12th place.
Yeah, Ricciardo's not had a good weekend. Yeah, I've just seen the overtake now.
I mean, that's a good question, to be honest, Jamie, that they're asking. Would the top guys, yeah, and Sainz is saying it now as well, are they just going to go straight to like the dry tyres, the top teams, like from the top 10 down, or top 10 up? Are they just going to go straight from wets to, say, softs? Would they even bother going on the inters? Or
I wouldn't go on the inters. I think soft would make sense on a circuit like this.
There's a dry line appearing, isn't there? Where obviously they're all...
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, especially on the first few corners of the lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's quite incredible how that does it, really.
If I was a team like, if I was the Bottas or Magnussen, I'd be thinking, well, we haven't pitted yet. Shall we risk going on a set of softs right now? And then obviously when the teams in front start pitting, we'll get track position.
I mean, it's great, you know. If you can't remember the racing line, just follow the bit where it's not wet. Like me when I play on the video game, it's like, no, I need full on racing line. I forget.
You need little arrows.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that Virgin Racing career mode to finish.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. The team finished.
They went bust.
Richard Branson, true story. Richard Branson decided, nah, it's not working.
I mean, I don't want to say Jamie's disappeared off our screen, but Monaco has eaten him up.
Oh wait, what?
The more you lean back, the more you disappear.
Right. Sorry, I've got the cat here trying to get a fuss off me, but it's like I'm trying to watch a race here, Winnie.
Oh, Lewis Hamilton's coming in.
He is.
Is he coming in for a set of dry tyres or a set of intermediates? That will be the question.
I'm just listening to George Russell.
Intermediates, I think, actually, for Hamilton.
So they're asking George Russell to look after his tyres.
Maybe
he's still on the wet.
Maybe he's doing something different then.
Yeah, maybe. Gasly's just got fastest lap, so yeah, it's working for him. It's still with those new set of tyres. Well, I say new, he's done them for quite a few laps now, but actually, if I look at... Oh, no. That one? No. Oh. Normally, you can have a lap age of these tyres, but I can't find it.
Yeah, it's not coming on mine.
Perez says it's definitely Inter's now. That's what he told Red Bull. And there is a very dry line through most of the track, although parts still look fairly damp. Is anyone trying to hold out and swap straight to slicks? You lose 22 seconds for a pit stop here, and track position is king.
Yeah, Perez is coming in, Jamie, as you say that. So it was good timing.
Yeah, this is the start. This is the start. It's coming home.
The race wins here.
He's coming home like he's literally going into the pits where his home team is.
And it was a decent pit stop. No Daniel Ricciardo Red Bull pit stop from Monaco a few years ago. Intermediates are on for Sergio Perez. So will this trigger Sainz or Charles Leclerc? He comes out up behind Norris, but ahead of Russell, so he's come out fifth. So we're on lap 17 out of 77 so far. Charles Leclerc is still leading this race by about 5.7 seconds to his teammate Sainz. Verstappen about 4 seconds behind Sainz. All of them still on the wet tyres. Lando Norris is in fourth at the minute, but Sergio Perez has just pitted from third place to fifth. He is on the intermediates. I think Sainz is being told that he's covering Perez, so he should be coming in as well to cover Sergio Perez off. So that'll be interesting.
I've just seen him come out of the pits now. Yeah, 2.3 seconds for a pit stop. It was pretty decent.
Oh, is that Gasly again? It is. So this is a battle between Bottas, Magnussen and Gasly.
He'll take a top 10 finish, I'm sure.
Yeah. Ooh, that's interesting, Jamie. I mean, Sainz was being told to come in. He didn't want to come in because he wanted to stay out to go straight to dries, and Ferrari have changed their mind from what he's been saying. So Sainz is now staying out as Norris pits.
Yeah, I mean, Sainz is 6 seconds behind Leclerc. He can't get anywhere near him. But again, from a Ferrari's perspective, as long as he's behind Leclerc, it protects the lead. I can't see Leclerc losing this. It's all sorted for him. The sun is shining. Sun's out in certain parts.
Guns out.
It has gotten a lot drier.
Ooh! I think that was a collision between Ocon and Hamilton there.
Ooh.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah.
Was that whose fault was it?
Not sure. I think Hamilton, obviously Ocon went into the corner first, being in the position, but Hamilton sort of nudged his left-hand side, so I would probably say maybe Hamilton, because I'm not sure he was going to get that place, but I'll just wait and see what your thoughts are on that. But they're still very close as Charles Leclerc comes into the pits. So the leader comes into the pits. He will go on to intermediate. Verstappen is pitting at the same time. Let's see what the pit stop's like for Ferrari. Looks decent to me. 2.7 seconds. Verstappen, it's not giving me the time for Verstappen. No, it's not. Schumacher has come in, but that was 14 seconds due to a front wing issue. It's not giving me the Verstappen time.
What lap are you on? 19 or 18?
19. Just hit 19.
Okay, cool. I'm on 18 at the moment. Yeah, I've just seen the collision. Ooh!
I'm not sure whose fault that was. I would probably say Hamilton being one behind, but...
Yeah. I mean, you can't punish any of them for that. It's just a moment, isn't it?
Oh, both Albon and Russell have had black and white flags for track limits.
So Leclerc's in the pits, isn't he?
Yeah. Perez with the fastest lap, Jamie.
What can I say? It's,
skill.
He's built to win. He's got the same letter as Panis, which is P. So it all stands for something.
Everyone seems to be Panis in this race for you. Gasly was a minute ago.
Yeah, Gasly was. Whoever wins is Panis. Olivier Penis, what a name. But it's like, I mean, you don't even have to be world champion to be remembered, you know. It's like, I mean, I know Button's world champion, but winning Canada 2011, you know, you'll always be remembered for those things.
Mm-hmm.
They probably get tired of being asking it years later, like Katrina and the Waves with Eurovision. She's like, it's been 25 years. I know that because everyone keeps telling me that.
I don't know if you'd ever get bored of Canada 2011. What a race.
Oh, it was a great race. Can't believe that's 11 years ago. I remember it.
God.
Remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
The BBC News at 10 will be delayed because of this race. I'm like, yes, yes, no more politics, more sport at 10 o'clock.
Well, Lewis Hamilton looks closer to Esteban Ocon again, going down the start-finish race. Is he going to try and make the same manoeuvre again? No, Ocon defends, unless he makes a mistake. Looks pretty clean, but they're so close. Oh. Hamilton looked a bit desperate there. He was trying to make a manoeuvre, but not going to get in there.
Got Jamie Burgoyne getting in touch saying, Jimbo and Jacko, good day, lads. Swap the A with an E in Panis and you get most Liverpool fans. Oh, it's a great day to be a Liverpool fan, isn't it? And I mean, what makes me laugh, Burgoyne, is that they're doing a parade still without any of the major trophies.
Oh. Hamilton and Ocon again. No,
I'm just going to mute my mic because I'm eating my sausage roll.
This is what happens on a stream, guys. When we're an hour delayed, Jamie has to eat his sausage roll during a stream. Esteban Ocon here and Lewis Hamilton very close, getting into the last corner. What? No, he tries to go around the outside. Esteban Ocon plants it in exactly the position it needs to be, but Hamilton is so close, he's going to get really annoyed at the minute. He's on the team radio again.
You can see Hamilton's front wing's got a little flap going on. I don't know if it really does anything, but that's clearly come from that collision they had.
Yeah. I mean, Ocon is having to look left and right while he's going around the tight streets of Monaco to try and keep his own car out of trouble. He's having to watch where Hamilton is. So much concentration in this little battle here. It's just the two of them, to be honest. No one else around them. Oh, Lewis trying to go around the outside again. Wow, no. Don't do it, Lewis. There's going to be a collision. Okay, Sainz is coming into the pits. So Sainz is... Leclerc's being told to box again. Wow, they're double stacking.
No way.
They are double stacking at Ferrari.
What are they doing? Oh, mate.
Okay.
Jack, what if Perez actually did win in Monaco, though?
They're double stacked. 2.5 and 3 seconds. Not bad for a double stack, to be honest, but Leclerc has come in. Leclerc's put a set of mediums on. I think Sainz is also on a set. No, they're both on hard compound tyres. Oh, no. Latifi's had a blue flag, but he overtook Leclerc.
I just had to let the cat out. I'm back. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Sorry. I just had to let the cat out because I've got a turkey sandwich next to me and the cat's going nuts for it.
Yeah, Sainz has actually overtook Leclerc here in this pit stop because of that.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
I wonder if Binotto will like that. So, Perez is on course to win, as expected.
That is an interesting call. I mean, it was also on the radio that they didn't want Leclerc to come in. They must have told him and then actually changed their minds. But by the time they were doing that, he was coming in. Perez is also coming in now, so he's putting on a set of dry tyres.
What are you doing? You were leading.
And Verstappen's coming in. Oh no, they're double stacking as well. At least Perez is first, Jamie. So if it messes up, it's Verstappen last.
Well, if you actually look at it, Sainz is 20 seconds behind. So he should just go ahead of Perez, but he'll be behind him. Depending on how it goes, the pits. But
let's have a look, Jamie. Oh, yeah, he's ahead of Sainz. Perez in the lead of this race.
Hey!
Oh, my Lord.
I always knew we had Panis in Perez.
Oh, Verstappen's ahead of Leclerc. He's gone from first to fourth.
Wow.
Oh, they've bottled it, Ferrari.
What? I said it, though, didn't I? The only way this was going to ruin his race is if the pit stops didn't go his way.
Wow.
And it's happened. I mean, we could see pits again, but the double stack's amazing to watch. Oh,
how Ferrari messed that up.
I tell you what, they were quite slow on Perez, 2.6 seconds.
Yeah, Verstappen's was 3.2 though.
Yeah, and Sonado's was 3.9.
Yeah. Wow.
So quite a few slow pits there, but yeah, Perez leading.
Oh, someone's just gone off. Who was that? Didn't see that. I think he was a Williams.
Come on, Macheco. You know, out of all the races, Monaco would be pretty special.
I tell you what, though, Sainz is within 0.6 of a second of Perez. Ooh, that was contact right in front of Perez and Sainz.
Hang on, Jack. I'm going to change. I'm wearing a Ferrari t-shirt. I need to get my Force India
Oh.
Perez jacket on.
Okay. Ooh, I missed it. I think there was a issue for Sainz there. I think he almost crashed it into the wall. That looked like a good save from Sainz, though. I'll see if I can get a replay of that. But pit exit.
The Perez hoodie is on.
There's a pit exit involving Perez that's been noted as well. I'm not sure what's happened with that, but
Oh, god damn it. Has he got himself
here comes a 10-second penalty.
Oh, it's always Perez. He always bottled it.
No,
I always knew he was never going to win.
I need to see that Sainz. I don't know if you can see it, Jamie, but there's a Sainz thing at the minute that looks like a save. I missed it. Oh, it was Verstappen, not Perez. I don't know why they put Perez's name.
Oh, no way. Wow. I wonder if Verstappen was being... Are they saying he was too quick or something?
I think it was Verstappen. When he was coming out of the pits, he sort of had a snap of oversteer in the wet and went over the yellow line, the pit exit. And obviously, you're not meant to go over it. But I mean, they are in the wet. I don't know what they're expecting, but normally it's a slam dunk, to be honest, if they do something like that. But
well, I'm just seeing it now where Sainz is getting the blue flag, as in for Mick Schumacher, because he's having to move out the way. I didn't even know Magnussen was retired from the race.
Oh yeah, when did that happen?
Yeah, when did that happen? So there's Verstappen going, has he gone a bit wide when he left?
Yeah, but that's very harsh, isn't it? I mean,
yeah,
it's in the wet. It's in the wet, to be honest. I mean,
yeah, and you're talking margins where, I mean, if there was a car behind it, maybe, but I bet there wasn't. It's like getting done for going over 30 miles per hour, and it was 31. It's a bit like, yes, officially yes, but really, common sense. Are you telling me if I hit a child at 31 miles per hour, it would have died instead of 30?
Oh, that was a snap from Carlos Sainz there. That was a great save. That's just on the pit straight as well.
He's not had the best of grip signs with his car. He's had problems, but he's walking on.
This isn't a good sign, Jamie, because Albon's just been given a 5-second penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. So if they're dishing out penalties, it means that there might be one coming for Big Sergio here.
Why? What did he cut the circuit?
No, Albon's got one for going off the track, but Perez and Verstappen have both been noted for off the track incidents or going over the yellow line on the pit exit. So
oh God!
If they're dishing out penalties, then they might have one coming their way.
No. Oh, horrible.
Oh, Alex Albon's had a puncture there, or I'm not sure what's happened there.
I've just seen the signed replay of him saving the car. Jesus. Could have ruined Perez's race if he went into him.
Yeah.
What are they saying to Alonso on the team radio? They are saying... Alonso's wondering if it's worth the risk
What, continuing?
on the tires, I think. But they're all telling him there's no risk at the moment. Everyone's on hard tires.
I was going to say he's in 7th. He's not doing too bad.
Yeah. I don't know what Alonso's thinking, really.
Oh, Verstappen says he smells something burning, but he's not sure whose car it is.
No, it's the barbecue party, mate.
The boat's got a Barbie on.
Yeah, you are in the streets. Oh, I've just seen Albon's. Oh, my word. Yeah, it's completely punctured.
Oh, my lord. Mick Schumacher's car's split in half.
No. Oh. Hope he hasn't.
Wow. Kevin Magnussen's watching on as well. That's a full red flag. I'm afraid to say we've got a red flag again, I think.
Oh, no.
If they've dished out red flags for bloody pit lane blockages, they're definitely going to have to red flag this.
Yeah, surely. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm ready to see it.
I would be very surprised. The rear wing's nowhere near the front car. That's a bit like Grosjean's, to be fair. Obviously, there's no fireball in this one, but that's still split in half.
You're joking.
There's no fireball.
Wow.
There's no fireball.
It was incredible how they saved Grosjean, though.
Yeah.
That like he even said he thought that was it.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wow, that is some damage.
He is out of the car.
That's the main thing. Now, how did he do that?
Oh, we haven't had
Too
a replay.
fast?
Yeah, we haven't had a replay of it yet.
But this is the thing, because sometimes you won't get it instantly because it's probably a bit scary to show.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, so he lost it, spun a couple of times around, and then just went into the barrier, and it just literally just cut in half.
Jesus. Quite the viewing for those people in the stands if they saw that.
Yeah, wow, that is a great slow motion replay. I mean, that is a great job that there is Tech Pro there because there's a huge crane there. So obviously, if there was no barrier there, he's going straight into that crane. So again, great job for the safety barriers. But yeah, it just loses it in the wet. He's going at about, I would say, about 80, 90 mile an hour there. Literally just loses it, and he's gone.
You can even see the pipe come out of the car.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that's why there's a crane there, but it's a great job to have the safety barriers there. Otherwise, he is just going straight into that concrete.
I'm just seeing the replay now. Ooh. I was going to say, they've also got to get the barriers sorted, haven't they?
Mm.
Yeah, that was bad. Oh. It's literally... The rear of the car has gone the opposite way of the... It's quite mad how it's done that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they've gone to a safety car here, Jamie, but I'm surprised after all the red flags we've had for nothing that they've not red flagged this.
I know, yeah. Yeah, this is when the red flag is kind of understandable.
Yeah, I don't get it. So we have got another safety car. I
mean, end the race here.
As you would say.
In my Perez hoodie. Yeah, there's no like... I mean, the crane's there, but there's no like rush to get this sorted. Of course, if they keep going around in safety car, that means the laps get counted. You can still see dark clouds in the distance. I wonder if we could see rain again.
I'm not sure what's happened to the driver tracker, everybody, but the cars have just disappeared off the face of the map. So I'm not sure what's happened there. So I'll keep an eye on it to see if it updates. But it's
Have you refreshed?
Yeah. The cars have literally just disappeared off screen.
See, whenever it doesn't work after refresh, that's when you're screwed. You just don't know what to do then.
Yeah, that's very much what's happening on their website more than us. So I'll keep an eye on it, see what happens. But they're just craning off should we say one half of Mick Schumacher's car right now.
Yeah, I'm just seeing it now. It looks so weird, them wheeling it away.
Open the DRS, it'll be quicker.
Took me a moment to get that. Because do you remember the Japanese fans always had those
they're
really
so
cool
good.
hats?
They're so good.
Those hats, yeah. I mean, like, I remember one of them actually had it where it does the DRS. And I think I would have said to them, I bet you walk quicker past someone if you do that. Go right behind them, and the guy's probably thinking, what are you doing? I'm overtaking you. DRS, activate.
Jay's put in the chat. He's watching from Australia. I mean, that is. What is the time in Australia?
Don't know why. I mean, Ricciardo's having a terrible race.
All right, don't rub it in.
No, I'm joking.
Just because Checo's leading the race right now.
I sound like a Scouser before they lost the quadruple. Quadruple's ours. Anyway.
Oh, just seeing that Mick Schumacher replay again, just loses it. I think he goes onto the wet part of the circuit, and obviously on the hard compound tyres, dry tyres, any touch of the wet, he's spin.
Oh. Yeah, Stroll's pitted 3 times. So is the Tiffy. Yeah, I wonder why.
I mean, that's an early finish for Gunter. He'll be swearing again, I'm sure.
That'll be on the next series.
Yeah.
I bet they have extra cameras to follow him around.
Oh, absolutely.
Must surely do. He's that entertaining.
He's the money man. He brings in the people to watch that documentary.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Without him, no one would watch it. He's a film star.
He is.
I'm surprised he hasn't got a page on International Movie Database yet. Actually, I'm going to see if he does. I bet he does. When it comes to documentaries, they actually do get that fet, I think.
I mean, George Russell has come out of nowhere and got the fastest lap of the race as well. So I'll just go, while we've got the safety car and Jamie's looking if Gunter is a movie star, I'll just go through the running order. Oh, there's a... Okay, Leclerc's saying no more rain. Oh, we are back up on the driver tracker as well, which is good. However, it's telling me that they've now decided it's a red flag. So all this time they've been wasting in the safety car, they've now decided it's a red flag. I mean, I don't know who's running the show in terms of stewards today or race control, but they're having a bit of a mare, not going to lie.
So Gunter Steiner is on IMDb.
All right.
So, yeah, Formula One Drive to Survive, 2019 to 2021. BBC Sport F1, apparently.
Oh.
In 2015.
So we have got a red flag again. We're on lap 30 of 77. I was going to go through the grid, actually. So now we've got a red flag. I can do just that. So we have Sergio Perez leading the race. Jamie, am I going to get a woohoo for that?
Yeah! I'm just nervous about the penalties.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Carlos Sainz is in second place. Max Verstappen is in third. Leclerc has been the loser very much of the last pit stops. He's gone from leading the race to fourth. George Russell has made a place, overtook Lando Norris, so they've swapped positions. He's in fifth and has the fastest lap, does the Mercedes driver. Norris is in sixth, Alonso seventh, Lewis Hamilton is in eighth. He has overtaken Esteban Ocon now. Bottas is in 10th, Vettel 11th, Pierre Gasly is 12th. We've got Daniel Ricciardo 13th, and I have to say Charles Leclerc is storming out of his car. He's probably moaning straight to to the engineers right now. Lance Stroll 14th, Tsunoda 15th, Zhou Guanyu is 16th. We've got Latifi in 17th, and Alex Albon is in 18th position. And after that, we have lost Mick Schumacher and Kevin Magnussen.
I've just noticed Eddie Jordan's part of Aston Martin this weekend, maybe. I mean, that makes sense because his old team that was his old team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Silverstone. So, yeah, I'm not really understanding the red flag when they've been going around the track while they were clearing it up. But maybe it's just the barriers; they just can't get it fixed in time. Maybe.
Ooh, Leclerc really doesn't look happy.
No, wow. I wouldn't be 4th place.
No. Oh, it's telling me to turn over if I want to watch Huddersfield versus Forest. Connor.
Oh, it's gonna collide. Half an hour away. I think it's a 4:30 kickoff.
Connor, you've got half an hour of our beautiful speaking before you obviously have to go. I think if it kicks off at 4:30, but. I mean, what a long race.
Unless.
Dual screen.
No, unless the rain from Monaco comes to Wembley and they get a red flag.
Can you imagine if they had a red flag?
That'd be brilliant. That'd mark a great day.
I mean, Connor, to be fair, what you could do is you could watch the match, but have our beautiful voices in the background telling you what's going on in the F1.
What's your prediction for that match?
For Forest, I mean, I would like Nottingham Forest to go up. So I would like to say maybe 2-1. I'll go 2-1.
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
I think both will score, but
yeah. I watched Port Vale yesterday as well. They went up. Due to my dad's interest, he's a Stoke fan, and Port Vale are their rivals, but he actually relishes them coming up to League One. I must admit, I thought Red Bull might do what they did in 2005, which was in Monaco. I think it was in Monaco. Launch the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series by having your pit crew as stormtroopers.
I remember that, actually.
Oh, it was amazing.
And Star Wars branded everywhere, didn't they?
Yeah, it was great marketing.
I haven't watched that yet. I haven't watched that yet, no.
No, I like watching stuff in Star Wars that's to do with the old trilogy, like Rogue One when that came out. I really enjoyed that. But you know me, Jack, I didn't like the new trilogy they did. Ugh.
No, that was I was going to say, if you could sum up with a word, that was probably it. But yeah, it wasn't great.
Just didn't know where it was going, especially the last one they did. I was like, why is he back? Spoiler alert. Why?
I think you're okay. Why? I think you're okay to do that.
Darth Sidious, like what? Oh, it's bollocks.
You're bringing back just to do that.
It was like Jurassic World, the new one. Like really? Oh, anything for money.
Mick Schumacher.
I'm not a Jurassic Park fan though, so I'm not gonna lie.
Mick Schumacher is walking away down the pit lane, which is good to see. He does have the doctor next to him, but. Obviously no issues because he is just walking straight down.
In motorsport terms, I thought you meant Rossi.
Yeah,
he's next to the doctor.
The doctor's walking next to him.
The doctor will see you now. Always remember Benedict Cumberbatch doing that. The doctor will see you now.
Did you think it was Rossi?
Yeah. Not Doctor Strange. I finally watched the new Spider-Man film the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I loved it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm glad you liked
Tom Holland is very good as Peter Parker. Especially at the start when... I always forget her name, the actress.
Yeah.
His girlfriend in it. Yeah. Well, his girlfriend in real life, isn't it?
Zendaya.
That's it, yeah. I love it when he flies her around New York and she's like, I don't want to do this ever again.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm just trying to think to be honest, what we can talk about. We've had an hour of no racing. And here we are on lap 30 with no racing.
Tell you what, Carlos Sainz got a lot of hair, hasn't he?
Is that the first thing that comes into you?
well,
What should we talk about?
never
Carlos Sainz has a lot of long hair, doesn't he?
what was it? Was it Martin Brundle and David Coulthard during the Canada race in 2011? And was it
There was ducks on the
David
track.
Coulthard? Yeah, and then David Coulthard, I think he went out of the room to go to hospitality and try and grab a sandwich.
You could hear the door opening when he came back with a cup of tea.
David Coulthard's brilliant.
Oh, it's funny.
I know it sounds daft, but David Coulthard's one of them where I'm not too fussed about meeting him because I always worry that, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain characters out there where I don't think I ever want to meet them because I might be disappointed, but I love him as well.
Yeah.
It's quite a weird thing to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Roy Keane is someone that I'd like to meet. I bet he's actually all right.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be too worried if he wasn't, because that is just what you'd think he was going to be.
Yeah. Well, one of the house engineers has got himself well, you can see his belly button. Yeah. He's got a nice fresh can of Coca-Cola. But actually, so they're already wearing the Haas team some of them already wearing their kit that they have to wear when they're de-rigging. So yeah, they're just packing up while they can now, since they're out.
They're showing Charles Leclerc here, obviously out without his crash helmet on. Looks like he's obviously really contemplating. I mean, what would you be in that situation, Jamie, when you were leading the race pretty comfortably and end up now in this next red flag situation in fourth?
Yeah, I think you're going to need luck, aren't you, if there's any chance. I think for Leclerc, though, if he gets podium, first time he's ever got podium in Monaco, and he would have actually finished a race. He's never finished a race in Monaco.
Yeah, that is a great stat, isn't it, that he's never actually finished in his home race.
Mad to think, he's had 3 appearances. This is his 4th. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, he's watching on now. He's thinking about the Drivers' Championship as well, in a way. Yeah. This is his home race, and he's nodding away. He's not happy. But we know from Leclerc as well that he's very hard on himself. Sometimes, but he's a great character. He's a good kid. I think he's a revelation for F1, to be honest. There's Felipe Massa. I wouldn't want to get words from him, Leclerc. He doesn't know how to win. But he was a world champion for 10 seconds. Let's not forget.
And then he got pinned. He got pinned by Lewis Hamilton 1, 2, 3, and he won the title then.
Yeah. What was it? Felipe Massa. He's losing some hair. Yeah, he's
This is Let's Talk Hair.
So it looks as though they're going to be back racing in about 10 minutes. But Leclerc's just... Oh, he looks all upbeat all of a sudden.
Wow.
I think podium is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But look, he's behind Verstappen, so he's got to be motivated.
Yeah.
He can finish ahead of Verstappen. It's a good weekend, I think.
No, Verstappen is really not going to want to let him by, though.
No. Oh, there could be some fireworks.
They might take each other out here.
Yeah.
You can hear the team radio here of Leclerc. So the engineer was saying to box in that lap, and as soon as he started to come into the pits, the engineer then said, "No, stay out, stay out." And you can see him in the car putting his hands up while he's coming into the pit lane, because he knows that they've made an error, and he's nothing he can do. He's in the pits by then.
Yeah. George Russell's got fastest lap at the moment.
Yeah. If he can keep up with them as well, he's in a very good position as well for any instance that take place in the top 4.
Yeah. Hamilton and Alonso haven't really moved, have they?
No, but again, if they can keep next to each other, that could be a fun battle in its own way as well. 2 ex-teammates.
Alonso can't wait for Hamilton to finish behind him and go, "You remember what I said a few weeks ago?" You're now at our level. quite interesting from the helmet cam when Charles Leclerc is making the switch of the buttons on his steering wheel. He is looking down at it. You know, he has to look at it. It's not a fast maneuver. He is looking down to go, all right, yeah, here we go, switch that over and stuff.
Yeah. While he's having to not hit the barriers.
Yeah. No, I do like Leclerc's helmet this weekend. I hope he sticks to that. It's quite a nice helmet.
Yeah. Bottas has got a nice one with like the casino, like playing cards on and dice on top of it.
Well, he's saving that. He's experimenting it ahead of Vegas next year, so that'll be his. He'll just put that in the wardrobe after this one and go, oh, what have we got?
There you go. Here's another one.
Save it for Vegas, unless they change the helmet rules. I do like a helmet. I mean, I've got a replica Rossi one at home, and I do like it. I'd like to get a Perez one at some point.
Good old Perez. He's got, to be fair, he's got a new design, has he not, for this weekend? Or
yeah, no, you're right. He does. He showed it on Instagram.
It's very like a dark camo.
Yeah,
like metallic sort of thing.
If he was Darth Vader, that's what it would be.
Yeah, perhaps he is doing something Star Wars-esque there.
Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan.
Hello there.
I love if they started the show with that. Well, hello there.
He just pops out of a sand dune and goes, hello there. Oh,
and then
dear.
Hayden Christensen just takes his helmet off and go, oh, well, hello there too. He's playing Darth Vader, isn't he still, even though he's not? Yeah. He hasn't aged a bit, Hayden Christensen.
No, he looks pretty good. I mean, Ewan McGregor looks pretty good as well.
He's done all right for himself, Ewan McGregor, for a Scotsman.
So I think they're saying on the tannoy here that there's about 52 minutes left of that 2-hour timer. So we're almost certainly not going to get that 77 laps in.
No. But I think if that goes to plan, they don't get half points because they'll get past the half part.
Yeah, I think they're just saying now that lap 49 is half points. So if they have to get over, let's say, lap 49, lap 50 to get the full points then.
So 19, 20 laps.
Yeah, we should be all right there.
I always hate half points. It makes it all confusing.
Well, yeah, last year when it finished all with like 0.5.
Yeah. Yeah, that was mad, wasn't it? Last race, they were on the same point.
Yeah, that was
before
amazing.
It all started. It was crazy. Especially when it's more significant when you've got more races as well.
Yeah.
You know, chances for them to separate, but that didn't happen.
And that Saudi Arabia race did literally, I mean, Abu Dhabi's was a bit boring, but Saudi Arabia's race did actually lead up to what would be a great last race of the season, with the fact that they had they had that battle on track, and then it went to both of them being on the same points.
I mean, I remember you were doing it because you were doing it on your own, that one, weren't you? Mm-hmm. I was on my way back from London watching your stream.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, I remember that. Couldn't get the stream on there.
you couldn't get the proper one on. Yeah, all right.
So yeah, in England we have a 4-day weekend on Thursday. So yeah, God save the Queen. Thank you.
Yeah, don't rub it into anybody else that's joining in from anywhere else.
Australia or India. Yeah. If you haven't yet, folks, subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000. We're nearly 300 away.
Right, so
we do have MotoGP next Sunday. That's the Spanish Grand Prix in Catalonia.
I didn't ask who won today.
Francesco Bagnaia won today. His second race winner of the season. So in MotoGP, there's been 5 different race winners in the first 8 races.
The joys of having that happen.
It's been great. It was mad to have Rossi's team though at the front at the start of the race. It's like, is it become a season where no one knows who's going to win? I mean, it was a good race.
Yeah.
I'd fully recommend anyone who's not got the MotoGP video game yet to get it. It's so hard. But a lot of fun to play on. I haven't got it, but I always love playing them. You know what? I haven't turned my PS4 on in ages. I just don't use it.
Well, I'm thinking maybe an F1 career mode could be a thing together as teammates. Make that happen.
When's that out?
July, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
What team should we be? What team should we be?
Oh, definitely not McLaren.
Okay.
Haas for a laugh. And have Steiner shouting in our ears.
Could do, because one of us has broke a glass door.
I think you would be Magnussen and I'd be Grosjean.
Okay. I'm not sure that's a compliment or not.
No, well, if they can drive around a circuit, I'm sure we can.
Well, they can't because they're out.
I do like Magnussen. I know he gets a bit of stick, but I do quite like him. Proper Dane. He doesn't look half fussed. Schmeichel's a bit like that.
Both.
F1 Manager, that comes out soon, doesn't it?
Yeah, when does that come out?
I have a feeling that's June time.
Is it? I might actually buy that. I wasn't thinking about it, but...
Oh, I remember when they did it once or twice years ago on EA Sports' versions. And I had it on the PC, and it was quite fun. But it was more watching my brother.
George Russell's engineer said we might have rain in the last 10 laps. Please, don't stop this race again. Please. Not again. Right, the tyres are going off. Ooh, hello. Max Verstappen's got a set of medium compound tyres on now. They'll all have changed their tyres. They're all allowed to do so, obviously, under the red flag. Leclerc has... Oh, Leclerc still has the hard. That's interesting. He hasn't swapped. We could have our own strategy again, because Leclerc hasn't changed. They're still on the hard tyres. Sainz is also on the hard tyres. Red Bull look to... I haven't seen Perez as yet, but Red Bull have looked to have gone on the mediums, and yeah, will they last?
I hope so, for Perez's sake.
I haven't seen what Perez is on actually. I know Verstappen's is on a medium, but guessing they wouldn't have swapped Perez, would they? They wouldn't have not gone the same strategy for both, so I can't. Oh, I didn't see. That's great camera work there. Thanks.
I wonder how many camera crew they have. I'll have to ask. I mean, I doubt he's watching because he's working at it. Joe Lloyd, he's a cameraman for F1, but he probably knows exactly how many they have at each race.
Oh, Perez is
be bloody loads.
Yeah, Perez is on the mediums.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting as well. George Russell's on the medium tyre with the Leclerc and Sainz on hard. I mean, you could see George Russell trying to get past the Ferraris at the very beginning of this rolling start, so keep an eye out for that. Perez, Verstappen, Russell, Alonso, Hamilton, Ocon are all on medium tyres in the top 10. Norris, Leclerc and Sainz are the only ones that are still on hard compound tyres. Bottas, Vettel, Gasly, Ricciardo, Stroll are on hards, with Tsunoda, Zhou, Latifi and Albon on mediums. So that's interesting. Keep an eye out for that then. Obviously, Norris against Alonso and Hamilton, and obviously Russell on Leclerc, Verstappen on Sainz as well. So, yeah, could the medium tyres at the very beginning of this rolling start come into play here?
Yeah. I mean, look at the track. It's so dry now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the issue at all, but if the rain comes in later on, then everyone's in trouble. There's a lot of mediums now. Perez, Verstappen, Russell, Alonso, Hamilton, Ocon, Tsunoda, Zhu, Latifi, and Albon. So there's a mixed range, which it's only races or a race like this one where you have that kind of occasion where people are on mixed tyres.
Yeah, and if it starts to rain at the very end of the race, they're all going to go back onto winters. So, Jesus. I think, obviously, we'll have the case now where the clock will tick down and then it'll be, say, 1 or 2 laps later, the race will finish or something. Like they do in the W Series, which is obviously they have 30-minute race and then 1 lap after the timer goes. So,
yeah.
I think all the drivers have unlapped themselves now. So,
yeah, they have. Yeah, they did it from the start of the lap, I think.
I mean, to be fair, the track looks really dry. Why are they not standing started?
I mean,
it looks really dry.
It looks really dry. You have shades of like wetness, but not where it's going to be effective.
I didn't actually see the start-finish straight, actually, so I don't know how, like, say, wet that part of the track is, but we are doing a rolling start as race control are putting up on the screen. But yeah, Leclerc and Sainz as tyres, Jamie, have done 10 laps, so they're still the hard tyres that they had on, whereas Perez, Verstappen and Russell are all on brand new medium tyres. Is this a risk from Ferrari?
Yeah, I'm... they're the ones that are trying to chase as well. It's not like... Yeah, it's interesting.
Unless they feel like the mediums, they're going to have to pit for the mediums from Red Bull again, or... I mean...
but we're not going to get a full race, are we?
No.
So, I mean, there's no chance we'll have a full race now. I'll be surprised about that. So...
I mean, Perez is just going to fly away now, isn't he, on their medium tyres against Sainz?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, he'll do it anyway because he's Checo Perez.
He's Perez, exactly. I mean, we're talking about a world champion here in being Mexican.
Yeah.
So
that adds at least a world championship to your name.
There's an Irish flag in the stand. Is that Eddie Irvine? I was so close.
So the safety car has gone in. Perez took the lead, as we obviously know. No one's had any overtaking yet, but it looks like Perez is already 7 tenths in ahead of Carlos Sainz.
Whew. I mean, does this go? If he wins this race, Perez, is this the biggest win of his career?
I would say so.
Yeah,
I'd
say so as well.
That's a really big lockup from Perez.
Oh, God.
I hope he hasn't got a flat spot.
Maybe the tyres don't work.
I hope he hasn't got a flat spot. Oh, no. You were literally just talking about biggest win. And then he goes to that.
Commentary curse.
Stop talking about him.
Yeah, stop talking about it. Verstappen's going to win, yeah.
Give it to Sainz till the end of the season.
But yeah, it'll be if not Perez, Sainz, biggest win of his career as well, I'd say.
Only win of his career.
Shit, yeah, I keep thinking he's won one. He hasn't, has he? Oh yeah, I just saw the lockup. Oh,
that was a big one as well, wasn't it? It was
a big one. Yeah, that helps Sainz a little bit. 9 tenths of a second still. No, that can't be right. Not in that moment, anyway.
Well, Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso are pretty close as well. Here we are, 2 champions. I mean, Fernando Alonso is in front as well, which means that he is literally just going to defend the hell out of this position.
I wonder if this makes up for Perez not getting the Spain win last weekend if it ends like this. But
Well, I mean, it's not like Red Bull planned it though.
it
So
was an accident. But they'll say, "Well done, Checo. You've won the Monaco
yeah,
Grand
well
Prix."
done. We meant for that.
Yeah.
Alex Albon's just put the fastest lap in as well.
I mean, the only race winners we've had is Leclerc and Verstappen, isn't it? No one else has won a race this season.
What, has Verstappen won the last 3 or last 4?
Last 3, I think. Yeah. But I do think Verstappen has shown his bit more experience than Leclerc.
Yeah. I think as soon as you win, as soon as you win, obviously he's gained that experience now of maybe don't win the race, but just make sure you're in the points. Don't do anything stupid now.
He knows how to play the long game. Leclerc has never done that in F1.
Yeah.
I do think I've said it before. I'll say it again. I do think Red Bull will win the whole thing. I think they'll win the constructors and the drivers. Their partnership of Perez and Verstappen is really good at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think the Perez recruitment has proven that. Where they nearly did it last season. It was on the final day. You know, the constructors being decided towards Mercedes, so they kept going till the end.
Yeah.
But I said at the start of the season when we did our preview, Red Bull will win the whole thing, and I think they will. I think Ferrari will still always be up there, but I just don't think they'll be good enough.
Oh, what? Esteban Ocon's got a 5-second time penalty.
Ooh. I've just noticed Perez has got fastest lap as well.
He had that against Hamilton. I thought that was a bit harsh. I thought it was Hamilton, but
why now?
Yeah.
Seems to have taken them that was wild. That was ages ago.
I know. So that puts him. Ooh, he's about 14th, I think, if that 5-second penalty comes into play.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a shame.
That sucks.
Yeah, Olivier Panis will not be happy.
There's another Olivier Panis. There's 4 Olivier Panises driving.
There's at least 4. He had a lot of brothers. Yeah, I think that was a bit harsh. I do think the penalties in F1 now are so harsh. Like, it never used to be like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was for. If it was for Hamilton, I think that's very harsh.
It's like the equivalent of football. You just can't tackle anymore, can you?
No.
Without a yellow card. It's ridiculous. I
mean, Hamilton's moaning that Alonso's going very slow, and Hamilton's really caught up to him here. I mean, we could see an overtake appearing here, or trying of an overtake between Hamilton and Alonso, so we'll keep an eye on that. Carlos Sainz has closed up a little bit to Perez, though.
Perez has improved his lap times, though. He's gone fastest again.
I mean, to be fair, the hard compound tyres aren't looking that bad, to be honest. I thought the mediums would sort of light up a little bit quicker than this, but
yeah, no, you're right. Because you wouldn't. Yeah, Sainz has had no problems yet, but it's all about the longer run, isn't it?
Yeah.
So has Hamilton changed his helmet?
He might have done, actually. Has he gone back to the
I
yellow
think he
one?
has
he gone back to the yellow?
He has, yeah.
He has during the race then.
I wonder why that is.
And it's just interesting, the timer has changed. So there's a timer now on the screen, not a lap count.
Oh, yeah. What have you got it as?
34:10.
All right, so I know exactly how many seconds behind now.
How many are you?
I'm about 50 seconds.
Jeez, that's huge.
In F1, that is a huge gap.
Oh my lord, that's almost a whole lap.
That's how far ahead Vettel was in every race in 2013. God, I don't miss that season for a bit.
No.
I remember because we just started uni, and that's when I met you, and that was when the second half of the season just started, and Vettel won every single one.
Yeah.
So boring.
We both said we all loved F1, but at that season we all hated F1.
All hated it. Yeah, because we met the day after the Singapore Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And that was when Mark Webber got a lift back from Alonso because his car was on fire.
I mean, to be honest, I know people are joining us. We have got about 33 minutes left of this race, but we have gone really back to a normal Monaco Grand Prix right now, where the dry tyres are on and everybody's sort of following each other. So we do have about 33 minutes left. There is a timer on the screen now, so there isn't lap counts because obviously we're getting to that 2-hour race limit. So obviously we'll try and keep up, see if any changes happen, if there is any rain coming in the last 30 minutes or so.
Have you put a timer on the screen?
No, I haven't put a timer on.
I was going to say, I thought you had. I was like, I'm trying to figure out how you got that so quickly.
I'll try and keep up to date with the timer in voice.
Joe Crosland is saying in the group chat, if Max gets past Sainz and Red Bull tell Perez to let him through again, I think Checo may kill Horner. I mean, if they did, that's just not fair. It really isn't. I know we all know who's going for the championship, but Perez deserves something.
To be fair, if I was Perez, I just wouldn't do it. Like, you're never gonna win Monaco Grand Prix again, are you?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Well, no, but I'm just being honest. Like, if there's a Monaco Grand Prix win there, you're not going to take it away.
Yeah, because whether Perez likes it or not, he's not a regular winner, is he? So
no.
it's as a Perez fan, I know that. But
what are you trying to say?
It's been a hell of a roller coaster of 11 years. I'll say that.
Yeah, you are right. Lewis Hamilton has changed his crash helmet during the change.
Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. I wonder if the sponsors will like that, actually, because you never know. He might.
Perhaps he only needed it on for so long.
Maybe it got so wet.
Oh my God, DRS is enabled. I mean, it's not going to do anything, but...
Didn't Martin Bundle say that last year during the race?
Yeah.
He said, it ain't going to do anything. I'm sure
it's the most pointless DRS circuit ever.
I know. I love it how they put it in, just in case there might be something.
Carlos Sainz. Oh, did he have it, or he's? Maybe he didn't. He's over a second at the minute. Oh, that's a great replay of your boy Checo Perez. Was so close to the wall.
Oh man,
my lord. How he didn't touch that wall, I don't know.
Do you remember that great slow-mo they got of Nico Rosberg once, and there was a bird flying out of the way in Monaco?
Yeah.
It's quite a good slow-mo.
That was a great replay, to be fair.
Perez has got fastest lap again. 1:17. Yeah, it is a quick circuit in terms of it doesn't take long to get a lap done. Spa is still your longest track, I think.
Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Alonso's backing Hamilton into Ocon. Classic Alonso.
Alonso, all Hamilton has seen this whole race is the back of Alonso.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a good point. They're saying, what's the point in backing Hamilton into Ocon? Because that obviously, the further behind Ocon goes, his 5-second penalty, he's going to be out the points anyway. So don't really want to do that.
I'm just seeing that replay now. Just skimmed it. It's fucking mad how they go in those corners.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do like 50 flashbacks on the game during a race because I've hit the wall almost every lap.
Oh, you know it's bad when you need flashbacks.
Says the guy with the driving light on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need flashbacks, especially in this circuit.
I love it how if you go up a difficulty, the driving line only exists on the corners.
Does it?
Yeah, that's why
I
I'm
don't
up
have
to.
it.
Oh, someone's got balls.
Yeah, he goes off the track a lot, but
You need a driver line.
Gap to Perez and Sainz 1.5. Max Verstappen's close a little bit to Carlos Sainz now. He's under a second between them two. Charles Leclerc looks like he's lost a bit of pace. I think Charles Leclerc has sort of lost it a little bit now.
Yeah, Sainz 1.3 seconds behind Perez.
Mm.
And another fastest lap for Perez. I wonder if this is his race to lose. I'm trying to not get too cocky and
Don't get too excited.
I'm trying to not get to because you just never know.
Just keep talking.
All it takes is a pit.
Keep talking about how good other drivers are being, so you don't commentate and curse him.
Lance Stroll is incredible.
What a pick! What a pick!
Canada's finest since Jack Villeneuve. Not that there's been many around, but even
I thought that was Latifi.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I forgot about him. Jesus.
Canada's Paul di Resta, Nicholas Latifi, doing wonders.
Jack
right
Villeneuve. I don't know if Jack Villeneuve is still a pundit in Canada, but God, the negativity he always had on F1 after he retired was ridiculous. I think I remember Eddie Jordan once interviewed him because I used to love BBC F1's live coverage because they always had the F1 forum, which was like they would like talk for an hour at the circuit with Jake Humphrey, DC, and Eddie Jordan. And let's be honest, an hour of their entertainment was always the best. Like, I don't think F1's been the same since Jake Humphrey left. Like, them three together were brilliant.
Just hearing Norris's engineer chatting away there, but the gap to, I mean, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what Alpine are doing because the gap between Norris and Alonso is about 20 seconds now. Norris can almost make a pit stop and still be ahead of Alonso. Not quite sure what they're doing, to be honest. There is like a train that's going around the chicanes now from Alonso back.
Yeah, less than half an hour to go. It's weird seeing a timer instead of laps.
I know, right?
It's like a football match, isn't it? It's like, oh, it's nearly the end. I was going to say Forest has just started, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. No, software update, go away. Not now. Not now.
It's still, not now.
Don't do it now.
Time, but now. It's still goalless. It's only 5 minutes in.
I tell you what, the gap at the front looks pretty good at the minute, Jamie. I mean, I know we'd been told not to keep talking about him.
It doesn't look like it, though, does it? It doesn't look like a 2-second gap. Oh, yeah, actually, when you see in the distance now with Perez down the tunnel, you can see it. But, yeah. I think if this was a normal racetrack, Sainz wouldn't even be second right now.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think Verstappen would be pipping him to it. Might still do, I don't know, but just the opportunities aren't there.
Yeah.
I mean, Perez winning in Monaco would be very special. I think for him, it would be a very proud moment to kind of, I mean, he got podium when he was with Force India at Monaco. I can't remember which year. I think it might have been 2016. But, you know, he has got podium before, but winning it would be quite special.
Absolutely. And like you said, obviously the first win means a lot, but, you know, a win at Monaco, you're in the history books. Absolutely, aren't you?
And then all you need to do is win Indy 500, win the Mont 24, and he'll get a triple crown.
There you go. It'll be him versus Alonso at Indy in a couple of years' time.
I wonder if Alonso will try that still.
Yeah, he said he was going to go back at some point.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because... Yeah, I mean... I'll laugh if Takuma Sato does it again today. He's won it twice.
Yeah. I mean, Marcus Ericsson's in the mix as well.
He is, yeah. He's been. That's where he moved straight to Indy, didn't he? After F1, he's been in Indy for like 3-4 years.
To be fair, I love it when F1 drivers who have had a really difficult car or whatever, and they've had a difficult season, go off and actually start winning races or getting on the podium in different categories.
Yeah, but maybe that just tells you that they are good. You know, it's just F1 in my eyes. If you actually think about it, in a weird way of saying it, F1 is kind of like. You know how you used to have the Confederations Cup where only the winners are in it? So I'd like to think F1's a bit like that, where they've all gone and won somewhere before.
Yeah.
And now this is it. They're at the top. This is where you see who is the best driver. And I think a lot of people forget that. Like, you know, Lewis Hamilton won. I think you've had a few who've won GP2 or F3, F2 these days.
Yeah.
But you know, they've all won stuff before. So, I mean, Grosjean is a good driver. I know he didn't always show that, but he is ultimately a good driver. And there he is in IndyCar these days. So, Formula E is the one that I just can't get into. I just can't.
Yeah, I know. I watched, I think the Berlin Grand Prix was on the other week, so I gave it a bit of a watch. But, I wasn't really that interested, to be honest.
It's just not exciting, though, is it? Like, no. I've never watched it where I'm actually quite excited for it.
No. It was literally in an airport as well, so it was just a track they'd literally just built themselves.
Yeah, and they're not even on racetracks, are they? They're all in cities. But I remember, Vernon Kay does it, doesn't he? It's so random. Vernon Kay.
That sort of
How could you cheat on Test Daily? I mean, what an idiot. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Let's Talk Gossip.
As it has been for most of this race, to be honest, because not a lot has really happened in terms of racing.
No, it's been a lengthy one, but it's been kind of interesting to see. I just think it's a shame we didn't race when it was raining. I think it would have been really interesting then. That's the ultimate challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, as we're talking about, these are supposed to be the best drivers in the world.
The problem is that when you keep making the cars wider and wider and wider, you know, the track was bad enough to overtake anyway. The fact that you're making the cars absolutely humongous, you're never going to get them to overtake each other.
I mean, sometimes it's not even the width. It's just all corners, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no build up to overtake before a turn. It's only the straight.
Yeah.
And that's
not even a straight.
Really. No, it's a curve, isn't it? So it's great. Oh God, look at all these cars going around the airpin. Bloody loads of them.
Alonso is literally just driving Miss Daisy right now. He's just in his own little world. he's got his Sunday driving songs on, and he's literally just.
Yes. It's like the Simpsons Road Rage when you go on Sunday drive mode. You can actually have that, and you just drive around Springfield for no reason. It's like don't need to pick up anyone. You just go around and like. So I'm doing a virtual tour. There's Mo's Bar. There's the Quickie Mart. 21 minutes.
Verstappen moaning that Sainz went off the track. He wants that place. Oh, he did, yeah.
Oh, really?
He didn't even go for the corner. He just sort of backed out of it and went over. But, I mean, Verstappen was quite a long way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's missing the point that if you're right behind it, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But not if you're But but at the same time, he can say, yeah, but that might have got the gap bigger.
Yeah.
There's that argument as well. I used to on the old F1 games. They used to not really punish you for going through that.
No.
So I used to do that quite a lot. It was the only way I could overtake, so I always did that.
Wow.
I know.
It's all coming out now.
F1 F1 2005.
We know what type of driver you are on the games.
Are you a cheat, Jamie? Simple answer, yes. Whoever gives me the most money. No, I'm the definition of a grade old cheat. I used to be like that on FIFA. I used to go in for tackles, and it's like, that should be a red. They're changing now, aren't they? It's not going to be FIFA anymore.
No, isn't it just what is they calling it?
EA Sports FC. So FIFA have pretty much said, well, we're going to make our own then if EA Sports aren't going to carry on. But they went up to EA and said, if you want the license again, it's over £1 billion. And they were like, we're not paying that. We'll just do our own.
Yeah.
But that means the license could be all over the place. So PES doesn't have the full-on thing, does it? But yeah, FIFA will also be kind of like that.
Right. I don't think Pez can afford $1 billion.
No.
So I don't think they're buying it.
No. I mean, Konami's a big gaming company, but I don't think PES helps the fund. They need to sell a few more Metal Gear Solids, then maybe they can afford it. It's a great game if anyone's never played it. Metal Gear Solid, give it a go. You'll never complete it. It's a film. There's more cutscenes than gameplay.
Oh, wow. Alonso has put in some fast sectors here, and he's actually pulled away from Hamilton now.
Oh, my.
Alonso's just gone, oh, well, I'll actually put some pace in now. And he's just turned it up slightly. Albon's gone into the pits, but I don't know if he's retiring or if he's changing tyres, but he's at the back of the pace.
You see, this is over the last 10, 20 minutes, and currently, this is where Monaco's shit. It's just nothing's happening.
No.
It really is just cars going around a street. How you know what I mean? How do you kind of look at it? It's like, well, what we've got right now in terms of positioning is probably what's going to be the leaderboard.
Yeah, I would say that, although you're going to see in a minute Zhou Guanyu almost causing an incident with Yuki Tsunoda. To be fair, very lucky that neither of them crashed out there.
I feel like the theme of this watch long is whatever I say, the opposite happens.
Maybe if you keep saying it, then in these 15 minutes, we might actually get some action.
Yeah. Perez is going to lose.
Oh, he's out. No, I'm joking.
Oh, what? I actually believed that for a moment. That Mexican flag up there doesn't look silly now.
Well, I have put the driver of the day vote out as well. So anybody watching, I know there's been a bit sporadic in its actual action today, but if you do think there has been a clear driver of the day, please put the vote in as well, and we will announce that once the race is finished. There's about 15 minutes remaining.
Who'd you go for?
Who would I go for? Checo, mate.
I was going to say, normally it is the race winner, I think, in Monaco. Like, yeah, there's no one that's really gone up and down, have they, really?
No.
Vettel definitely won't get it. He's gone down a couple of places. Oh, it's nice and cloudy. I think we've got a bit of Monaco weather back in Malpas.
Just cloud. Yeah, gap between between Perez and Sainz now, 1.4. Verstappen 1.3 behind Sainz, and Leclerc about 1.6 behind Verstappen. So all relatively at the same pace as each other. But
Zhu has done so well to save his car. How
yeah, have you seen that?
Yeah. Yeah, wow. On the side of a car as well. Yeah, I've just seen Alonso fastest lap, 1:15.8. Yeah, I was going to say, Perez has only won 2 races in his career. He's only got 1 for Red Bull, and that was where we're going next, which is Azerbaijan.
Thank God, some overtaking.
That's an all right street circuit.
Yeah.
Like, that one's quite acceptable because it has always had good races.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to, Monaco I'd still like to go as a bucket list to just see it. But I think I'd be more up for Azerbaijan if I was going to go to a race.
Yeah. And as you say, that one normally does bring in a few decent races. I mean, most of the time when we go there, something does happen. So, yeah, looking forward to that being the next one on the calendar. After the Spanish Grand Prix and Monaco back-to-back don't normally bring too much in excitement.
Yeah, there's still a lot of races until the summer break.
I think there's 2 weeks now, isn't it, between Azerbaijan and...
Yeah. So, yeah, next weekend off.
How have they only just...
Got Austria coming up.
Oh, Austria's normally a decent one.
Yeah, Austria's a good track. I'd love to do Austria at some point. And just sit in the hills.
No, I loved it during the first lockdown because there was people sitting right at the top of the hills. Wasn't it like a father and son, I think, on both weekends, sitting on that hill trying to see the action with binoculars because they weren't obviously allowed in the paddock and the circuit. But
yeah.
Oh, Perez's tyres don't look that good.
Oh, don't say that. I've just noticed it's 1.2 seconds the gap. So it's gone down again.
Oh, it's less than a second on mine. Don't want to ruin it.
We have seen races though in Monaco where you see second right behind them, but they still stay second despite all the laps left. You know what I mean? Like, it's because of the track. They just can't get over them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which race it was. There was one not long ago where I think it might have been Verstappen last season, you know, where I'm sure he could have lost the race if it was a normal track, but he had enough.
That one between Daniel Ricciardo in 2018 when he had issues and Vettel couldn't get past him, it was like if it had been any other race, he probably would have finished out of the points. But because he was at Monaco, he was all right.
Yeah, I think that might have been the race actually.
He had like an issue where he lost like 100 and something horsepower.
Wow.
And yeah, actually ended up winning this race because you can't overtake. So,
I mean, he is right behind him. I mean, as it stands, Perez is going to finish ahead of Verstappen again. No, wait, what am I saying? Verstappen won last weekend. Shut up, Jamie.
We're just about over the 10-minute mark, and it's about 6 tenths of a second between Perez and Sainz right now.
Oh, God.
Like we said, the only benefit is that we're at Monaco.
So maybe the medium tyres wasn't worth it. I mean, we'll find out, but it's not looking good. Verstappen's not far off. Verstappen's right behind them.
It's not nice and shiny anymore on Checo.
I tell you what, we might have a very interesting conclusion. But again, that's if we're going to see any overtaking.
Oh, wow, that was a great shot, to be fair. All 4 drivers are literally almost within 2 seconds of each other. They're right next to each other. That was a great shot going around the chicanes. Oh, shoo! Sainz, I think, almost made that move then.
Oh, no!
Squeaky bum time for a Checo Perez fan.
I do not want added time.
6 minutes added time.
Yeah, I was like that last night with Madrid and Liverpool, and they put 5 minutes. I was like, oh, God, no.
6 laps added time.
Oh, damn it. I can't see Perez holding on here. He's right behind him. Yeah, as you say, Sainz going for his... I mean, to be your first ever F1 race win in Monaco is pretty special if he does it.
Oh, that was lucky.
No.
Sonoda literally just went off the track, but he went off just as the top 4 were going round, so they missed him. It was lucky. I think Norris has just set the fastest lap as well.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the close-up of his wheels.
Mate, if Perez loses this now, I'm not a huge fan, but I'll be angry as well.
I think it's more frustrating. It's more sad, really, if that happens.
I mean, to be fair though, if he loses, I don't mind it being Sainz because he's never won before. However,
well, yeah. I think when you're so close to winning and then you lose it like that, that's what hurts. It's whether or not you can overtake. It really is.
Yeah.
If this was a normal track, Perez wouldn't be leading. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I think Perez would be fighting not just Sainz; he'd be fighting the others behind.
I mean, it's very unlike Perez to have issues with his tyres.
Yeah. He's normally the king at managing it, but not today.
Max is saying that Checo's effed his tyres up.
Checo's what?
Effed his tyres up. He's messed them up. He's blaming Checo for them going so slow. Oh, no!
Has he done it?
No, but he was so close again. I mean, the only thing is that if Sainz messes up, Verstappen is right on him as well.
I know, this is the thing. You could still have an overtake from behind.
I mean,
they're so close, all four.
To be fair, Leclerc's still sniffing a possible win here if they all mess up. Oh, they're catching some back people at the back.
Christian Horner can't watch, can he? Horner probably thinks, I'd look about 20 years old if it wasn't for all these years of watching these last lap races. I mean, there's a thought. When will Horner call it? He's been at this team for nearly 20 years.
I know. He's quite a long time.
I'm not saying he should retire, but how much longer can you hold on to leading? It must be. Yeah. You've got to be passionate to be in this job.
Sainz almost crashed into the back of Perez there.
Oh my God. We'll have a red flag if it happens because they won't get. Wait, are we gonna have another Perez Sainz moment from yesterday?
Yeah. Well, Perez actually caused that, so we don't really want that. Got just over 5 minutes to go here, and the top three,
so behind
the top four are so close. I know, I'm so gutted for you, mate.
How's our driver of the day, Paul, looking?
Let's have a look. The driver tracker's broke again, but well, it looks like
it's all the wet rain.
Checo Perez looks like he's winning it at the minute. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, this is so close now.
I know. I don't remember a four-car battle for Monaco.
I mean, to be fair, if this was a 4-car battle for the win and any other track, it would be great, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
No. Yeah, it is mad to be 2 seconds ahead and now he's right next to him. Oh my God. Oh, we went a bit late, Sainz. Jesus. You went a bit late and Verstappen was right behind him.
Checo.
I don't know why, but I just fear that if anyone overtakes anyone, someone's going to crash. They're all that close. It's mad. Oh, there's cars in front. Oh, get out of the way.
Oh, I think that's Zhou Guan Yu that's had to get out of the way.
Which might help Perez at first.
Yeah.
Because if he goes ahead...
No,
and then
they've all gone through.
Oh, damn it. Damn you!
Damn you, Joe!
Race. That marshal who stands on that corner has got the best seat in the house.
He almost hit Joe in the face then when he waved that flag.
The biggest flag on the track.
Oh, Max almost went into the back of Sainz there.
How many minutes is it to go on your clock?
I'm about to hit 3 minutes dead now.
Oh, he might do it then. Oh. I'm relying on you now. I mean, I'm a minute and a half behind.
You're a passenger in this.
I have no say.
Yeah, gap to Sainz is 0.6 of a second. Then we've got half a second between them and Verstappen. And then we've got half a second between Verstappen and Leclerc. All of them are still so close. The one behind them is Russell, which is 8 seconds behind. That Marshall waving at Latifi to get out the bloody way. Perez is... Yeah, Latifi's got out of the way. He's got out of the way, I think, of all 4. Oh, yeah, he just gets out of the way of Leclerc.
Tell you what, to let 4 cars go through Monaco and one go is a pretty decent drive.
Yeah. So about 2 minutes dead now. So he's got he's just 2 minutes to go. Jamie, 2 minutes to go.
Oh, 2 minutes longest of my life.
This is about 2 laps.
Come on,
two or 3 laps, Checo.
It's mad though, isn't it? Any other track, he wouldn't be winning this. That's just how stupid this circuit can be.
Yeah, he would be.
It's not racing, is it? You know what I mean?
He would be in 4th, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
These 3 would have overtook him by now.
If his tyres are that screwed, definitely. But that's the thing. There's no. It's not a racetrack. No, we only had what we had because of the rain earlier. I'm not complaining. It's right now, but it's just bizarre. But it's mad, you know. Normally, whoever gets pole wins the race. Leclerc's gone against that tradition.
Well, there'll definitely be questions with the Ferrari after that pit issue. That's obviously cost Leclerc here, because the way it was going, as we said earlier, I mean, you couldn't not see Leclerc winning unless it was, like you said, a pit issue, and that's what they got.
Yeah. How many minutes?
We're almost at 35 seconds. Which I think they'll probably add another lap on to that, I think.
Yeah, because you normally, I think when the timer stops,
you get one more lap.
You've got to do one more. Yeah, I don't think it's that
from what the engineers are saying, that Perez is trying to back it up so he only has one more lap. So he's trying to knock the timer down.
I mean, if I was Perez, just keep driving until you see the checkered flag. That's all I would say. Don't think that you've finished yet until you see that checkered flag.
Okay, so we're about 5 seconds and we're not at the final 2 corners, so he will get one more lap only now.
Got you.
Okay, we're out of time, so it should just be 1 lap.
They just started that lap as well.
Just about to start. Yeah, there's a guy holding his finger out just to go like that with 1 lap. I don't know if they can see him, but he's literally just hanging his finger out. But yeah, it's a final lap now.
No, it was a Ferrari fan with a middle finger at Red Bull.
He was doing a Vettel.
Yeah.
We are on the final lap, Jamie. Final lap.
Oh my God! Come on, Perez. Oh.
I mean, it would be the fact that you're doing a race stream with me today that Perez looks like he's going to win the race.
I know, yeah. Well, we did Azerbaijan last year when he won that one, and Hamilton locked up, didn't he? Oh, that was amazing.
We both screamed.
Yeah, I thought, I couldn't believe it. Because that was another racetrack where it's like, as long as Perez leads through those first few corners, he should have been alright, and he was.
Okay, we're in the swimming pool section, Jamie. And we're...
I can't wait.
Oh, second to last corner.
He
looks okay. Final corner. He looks okay. I think he's gonna go. And he crosses the line.
Yes! Get in, you beauty. Oh, amazing. Oh, fantastic.
It's Perez, Sainz, Verstappen and Leclerc.
Oh, what a win.
George Russell beats Norris just. But Checo Perez, third win. Monaco.
It's his best race win of his career, no doubt about it. I was only joking that Perez would win. Maybe I should have put a bet on it. I'll take that. But yeah, Sainz will be annoyed because he knows that if this was another place, it wouldn't have happened like that. But good race, really, for well, in terms of the championship, not bad, really, because you've had a mix at the top 4, haven't you? So it's not really been, well,
yeah,
Verstappen finishes ahead of Leclerc, so that helps in the championship, I guess, but yeah, weird race,
very. We've been on over 3 hours. Oh, he's got that Mexican flag, Jamie.
Oh, what, from that person?
Yeah.
No, I'm chuffed. I'm just seeing him cross it now. What a weekend! What a weekend! I've had a great weekend. Liverpool losing, Perez winning.
Leclerc's not happy.
No, he knew he lost already, didn't he? When they restarted.
Yeah, he's not, like they're saying, he's not even on the podium. He didn't even get a podium in his home race.
It's his best result in Monaco, though.
Yeah.
1+, they won't look at it like that, but it's 1+ from it.
I mean, if you look at it as well, Sebastian Vettel's got into the points because Esteban Ocon finished 9th. However, with that 5-second penalty, dropped out of the points. So Bottas goes to 9th place, and we've got Vettel in the final points position for Aston Martin. So Sergio Perez wins, Carlos Sainz 2nd, we've got Max Verstappen in 3rd, Charles Leclerc finishes in 4th, Russell is 5th for Mercedes, Lando Norris is 6th, then we've got Fernando Alonso in 7th, Hamilton 8th, Bottas 9th, and Vettel finishes in 10th place.
Perez says no words, we cannot do that.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to Perez's team radio. Oh. He's shouting vamos. I do think, like, you know, Perez can get a few more multiple wins. I think Red Bull have got their own Bottas there, to be honest.
But the problem that annoys me a little bit, and obviously I'm not a huge Perez fan compared to you, but I'm just saying, like, what would annoy me is that had he won last weekend instead of Verstappen, he would be even closer to this battle now. He would. I mean, he's in contention anyway, but Red Bull would have 2 drivers fighting for this drivers' championship, which is quite annoying, isn't it?
Well, who knows? I mean, I think Perez deserves the race because he's been fastest out of 2 Red Bulls this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, up until his tyres were starting to fade away on him, he was getting fastest lap. Yeah, qualified for Verstappen yesterday, and he should have won in Spain last weekend. So at the moment, the form is on Perez.
Yeah.
That might be the motive in the next few races. Just see how he goes. Maybe come the summer break, still in contention. See.
Mm-hmm.
It was mad because like I got a colleague at work from Mexico, and he doesn't even watch F1, but Perez fell over when he was celebrating. Oh, that's funny. But Perez, what do you call it? When he won his first ever race in F1, apparently Mexico went nuts. But they might go even more nuts over this one.
Yeah.
They might have to keep that helmet.
Yeah, use it for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looks like David. David Coulthard's silly. He's been down for years. He's got into him now.
I mean, Carlos Sainz obviously looks disappointed because obviously, as you said, it be anywhere else, he probably would have won this race.
Yeah. Yeah, Marco clearly delighted. Yeah, good 2 years there for Red Bull there.
Yeah.
Oh, Norris got fastest lap.
Who got fastest lap?
Lando Norris.
Oh.
Good weekend for him, really. He got 6 point extra. Not bad. Alonso did finish ahead of Hamilton. Yeah. Still goalless between Huddersfield and Ferrari.
So Sergio Perez got our driver of the day as well with 51% of the votes. So
Absolutely, of course. Of course he won. I do like that Ferrari this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that Ferrari shirt you were wearing has disappeared with obviously the Force India. Repping the Force India.
Have you noticed on the Ferrari race jacket? Well, race overall. They're promoting Disney's Buzz Lightyear.
I've seen that. It's on the car as well, yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that comes out later this month. Sorry, no, June. What am I saying? It's still May. He's gotten greyer, hasn't he, David Coulthard?
He has. Bit like me.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen on 125 points now, Leclerc 116, Perez 110.
Ooh. Who knows?
Russell is ahead of Sainz now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
84 for Russell, Sainz on 83.
Wow.
I mean, Hamilton, you look at that in terms of what Russell's been able to do. Russell on 84, Hamilton on 50.
Can't handle it. It's like, do you remember when Vettel had Ricciardo coming to Red Bull?
Yeah.
He couldn't handle it, could he, in his first season?
Yeah. I mean, you got Red Bull there, 235 in the Constructors, Ferrari 199, Mercedes 134. So actually, Mercedes aren't that bad to Ferrari at the minute.
No, I always wonder this, right? Where they do the podium, is there actually any fans watching? Is there stands there, or I can never see anyone?
I don't really think so, apart from the people that are in the paddock.
I have a feeling that there are seats above all the paddocks, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. But they're not on the track, because obviously the cars are there as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ah, that smile from Checo. Oh, so yeah, Mexican flag on the balcony.
Oh yeah, good man. This is also the same year that they'll win the World Cup as well.
Just putting that in there.
I tell you what, they haven't got a chance the way they've been playing.
You'll still wear that shirt with pride.
Oh yeah. Have to be a jumper if it's in the winter time.
That's true. Let's have a jumper and then the shirt over it.
I tried that recently for the first time when I went to see United Spurs. I put on a grey hoodie and then I put the United shirt over it. And it was quite comfy actually.
Did you at the end of the game put the shirt in the bin and just wear the hoodie instead?
No. We won 3-2.
Oh my God! No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't win a race. Win a match.
Yeah, that was so typical Spurs to lose that. Even Conte was there.
Just gonna see Checo Perez here lift the trophy, and then we'll probably end the stream simply because we've been on the air 3 hours 16 minutes. So well, I think we've done. Plus the Forest game's on.
I was going to say, I wonder if Perez will rank this ahead of getting podium in Mexico, because that was quite a special moment for him last year.
I think winning Monaco is just one of the bigger.
Wow, all he has to do is win them on, and then Indy, and then he's sorted.
Yeah.
And Indy will be easy because he's only next door. I'm still up to the point where he's being interviewed by DC. That's how far behind I've been, folks. He's sweating, he is, Perez, unless he's just put water over him.
Mm.
Who's the constructor picking up the trophy today? Is it
Who do you think?
Oh, is it Horner?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't let anyone else take this one.
Yeah, he's taking the glory.
Yeah.
Wonder if he did that last year. I can't remember.
I expect so. Oh, it might have been Adrian Newey, actually.
Do you remember that weird interview they had with Serena Williams before the podium last year in Monaco?
Yeah.
It was just so awkward. It's like, piss her off. She got to do with F1.
I thought they weren't allowed grid. Well, they're not grid girls, are they? But they're all holding the trophies, like girls in dresses. I don't. I thought.
Oh, really?
I thought they were like. I don't know.
They still have it in MotoGP, you know.
Do they?
Good girls, yeah, yeah.
Was it
Still
just
have it in
F1
that.
that stopped it then?
I think it was just F1. I'm actually trying to remember if MotoGP has anything to do with FIA anyway. Because if not, that might be the reason. I'm not sure.
I thought all motorsport was, unless motorbike's different. But I wouldn't.
Well, they got rid of grid girls because of sexism, didn't they?
Formula One.
Well, yeah. Was it just because they were wearing, short clothes, tight clothes, or something like that? Forest have scored.
Hey.
Levy Colwell with a known goal on the
Oh.
43rd minute. So Forest are 1-0 up.
Oh, they're not
They'll
doing
take that.
Hang on. They're not.
So I'm seeing them go up the stairs.
They're not doing the national anthems.
Oh, really?
He's going to give the trophy first. Do they do that in Monaco? Is it different?
I can't. I always thought they did at least the national anthem of Monaco.
Yeah.
They normally have the prince there. Yeah, there he is. He's there.
Yeah, he took his son down to do it.
I was gonna say the prince. He loves his sport. I'm sure he's been at other sporting events outside of Monaco where you see him.
Leclerc's probably in a dark room right now, hiding. Won't want to be watching this.
Someone will say, "Hey, the YouTube pilots have just gone up." No. Just all looks a bit awkward, Prez and all that going up there. They're like, where do I go?
I mean, Ferrari will be pretty gutted, to be fair. The fact that they were on a 1-2 and only Sainz is on there.
I think the only good thing they can take from is that they'll be happy Verstappen didn't win at least.
Yeah. Only third place, yeah.
Bit of a weird stare between Sainz and Horner then. Let's not forget, folks, Sainz was a former Red Bull driver, technically.
As was most of them on the grid.
Yeah. I love it how they have the most of them on the grid, but they go up to Perez and go, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll grab him. He looks all right.
Well, there's Christian taking all the glory.
The prince's son just looks really like nervous. Bless him.
He's actually a motorbike fan. There you go. We got the Mexican national anthem there, Jamie.
Oh, it's beautiful. I know all the words, but I can't tell you because it's in Spanish. That's a lie, folks. I don't know what I'm saying. Even that's a bit of a kick in the teeth to Ferrari. When the champagne bottle says Ferrari on it, it's being given to a Red Bull driver. Other champagne bottles are available.
That's very good. Very good.
Now the prince, I'd imagine that's the prince's wife. Wearing quite the dress today.
Wow, is that how far behind you are?
Yeah. I tell you what, she's got it on the wrong way round. Why is it showing her back? Such a weird dress. And I'm not sure who this guy is. Is that the son? Like the older one? I don't know. All families. What do they have to do?
Oh, Perez looks emotional.
And Paul Verstappen has to deal with an old man getting the trophy.
God, Mexico's so long, isn't it? Such a
it's
long...
like, which one else is long? Is it Germany or Italy?
Yeah,
I can't
Germany.
remember. Yeah. But at least they're good, you know what I mean? Like, they are good. I mean, God Save the Queen is getting a bit old now. I feel like we need to change yours.
Well, 10 seconds and it's over. Oh God, I can't do the Austrian national anthem as well. Oh God. Right, I think we should probably end it there. Jamie, your thoughts on probably what has been the best outcome of this race?
I've just seen Perez crying now, and it's nearly giving me a tear in my eye. Bless him. But no, you know, we've been throughout this journey together, me and Checo. You know, he doesn't know me, and I don't know him. But you know, it's nice to follow a driver for the last 11 years, to be honest, and see him win probably the most famous race on the circuit. So
can never take that away from him now.
No, exactly. You know, it is a great moment. He got podium a few years ago, but this is 10 times better by a million miles for him. So, you know, hopefully more race wins to come. Once you get your first race win of the season, who knows? It might get you the determination. I'm sure, Jack, when he looks at the championship table after this weekend, he'll look at it and think, you know, I'm in with a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he knows he's got to do it now and not leave it till later. Simple as that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think overall it's a good weekend for Red Bull. I think Ferrari know that this was their circuit and they screwed it up, I think.
Yeah, a lot of debrief, I think, from Ferrari in terms of their strategy, especially in terms of Leclerc. But like you said, I think for Red Bull, perfect. And obviously for your man, Checo Perez, Max Verstappen, you know, gets the points that he needs, especially with the fact that Leclerc's behind him, only helps in the points for him. But Perez, you know, getting that third race win of his career. And like we said, you can never take it away from him, the fact that he's now won the Monaco Grand Prix. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. It's been a very, very long stream, but yeah, thank you for staying with us throughout. And thank you to Jamie, who of course will be delighted with that race win, but thank you for
Monaco,
being on,
baby, yeah!
and being on for so long. And obviously doing the MotoGP before it as well. So yeah, the next race up on the schedule will be the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku in a couple of weeks' time. So obviously we will see everybody for that one. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you all in the next video. Take care.
Bye.
See you soon.